Stand by.
Good morning. It's 8:35. It is Thursday morning, which is exciting. School's coming to a close. I think most of the ISDs are like sewing everything up this week. So summer is here.
You know, when I was a school teacher, I really enjoyed getting like close to summer because then you're like, oh, it's summertime. I don't have to go to work anymore. Right. But since I'm no longer a teacher and I'm no longer a student, it just kind of like blends all together.
Guess what? You're coming to work.
I know. It's every morning on KHEA radio. We got to be here ready to go.
And if it was my way, Memorial Day, you'd be in here.
I'm excited for Memorial Day. I want to talk to you about what we're doing and how we're doing it. I think we can do something really unique and fun that's not going to require us having to spend like 2.5 hours and us enjoying the day.
I like spending 2.5. That's how I enjoy my day. Spending 2.5 hours in studio, hanging out with my friends on Facebook, and I guess you.
I love that too, but sometimes I need to cook hot dogs and hamburgers and really enjoy celebrating a day by myself.
Okay.
No?
Also, Memorial Day is awesome. Memorial Day is a great time for us to, remember the veterans who have gone before us, protecting our freedom. And yeah, so Memorial Day is on Monday. Just a reminder. I believe school's not in session for the most part, but I think a lot of workplaces are going to be closed and allow people to observe that day. That's this Monday. So Memorial Day, we're still tossing up what we're going to do. But if it was my way, we would have a show one way or another. So we're going to figure that out. If it's Kurt's way, I guess he's going to be in his hot dog suit, eating footlongs.
Eating footlong hot dogs!
Yeah, not in work that day. But, hey, I see some people coming on. Good morning. Naola, what's up? Amanda Solian as well. I think she's graduating tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Right?
Congratulations,
Solian. Congratulations to all those graduates from either college, high school, trade school, whatever it is. That's awesome. Congratulations, guys. It's a big achievement. And it's probably something you're going to remember for the rest of your life. So take your time, soak it in, take a deep breath, and remember, the special season of your life as you kind of go into the next one. So
that's awesome. Thank you guys for all the things that you do.
Graduation day.
I see that today.
Graduation day.
Congratulations. Congratulations. It's a big day. Graduation is.
Yeah.
The other thing, before we get going too far, in the comments, in the description of this post, we did say, hey, we're thinking and throwing around the idea of doing a birthday club. So if you want to have your birthday announced over the radio, go ahead and drop when your birthday is, and we'll try to gather some birthdays, maybe featured in the community calendar.
I'm going to put mine in the comments real quick. So my birthday is today. So if y'all could just wish me happy
It's not your birthday today. Don't lie to people.
Okay, my birthday's February 19th, but see, there it is, February 19th. I'm going to be 34 years old. That's crazy. Next year, I'm going to be 34 years old.
It posted as Kickstart with Gardy and Curt from our page.
I see that. That's fine, though. If you haven't liked Kickstart with Gardy and Curt, the Facebook page yet, then make sure you go do that. So Jules said June 22nd. So Leon, August 19th. Kurt's, when's your birthday?
September 21st.
Thomas, 10/18.
That's great. So we thought maybe we could gather some birthdays, feature you guys in the community calendar that's on our app, and then also maybe make a shout out one day a week. Say, here are the birthdays for the week. So I thought it was a cool idea, and we just wanted to play around with it and see if it worked.
We'll see. It's 8:39. This is Kickstart. We got about 1 minute and 17 seconds left before we go onto the FM as well. We're going to greet the audience and have a good time. Hey, in church last night, you were there, obviously. I saw you running around doing whatever it is you do, right?
Right. All day.
You're just like chicken with the head cut off, just like, I'm always on a mission. I'm like, there goes Kurt. Okay, he's busy, right?
Right.
Well, Pastor Hallam said, hey, who would be interested in going to, like, Israel, right?
I stood up.
Did you raise your hand?
I stood up. Like, I didn't even raise my hand. I stood up before everyone else
How many
did.
people raised their hand?
It was easily 50 people last night.
That's what I thought. Would anybody watching on Facebook be interested in going in a group trip to Israel?
I want to go And we take our backpack
That's
and
what
everything?
I told my wife. I said the only way I want to go is if we take our gear and we're allowed to broadcast. We would just need internet, and we'd be able to do, like, here we are, in the garden. We're in the Garden of Eden. Somehow we found it.
Bob Rogers would help hook us up for that.
Yeah.
Easily.
If there's Wi-Fi, like in the gardens.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think that'd be fun. So if you're interested, hey, weigh in on that. Would you be interested in going on a group trip to Israel? How fun would that be? This is some Need to Breathe right now, and we're about to go on. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It is 8:40 Thursday morning, and we're excited to be broadcasting live from Lamarck, Texas. Today is an awesome day. And you know what? Right now we're in a really unique season whenever it comes to people's lives, right?
Why a unique season?
It's unique because of the graduation times. There's probably like a party every day. If you have a kid in elementary school, if you have a younger child, or even an older child like a high school senior, there's stuff going on all the time, right?
Yes.
So that way, these kids are going to be able to remember this part of their life. It's a season, and it's very unique. And we just wanted to say congratulations to all of the graduates again. We said it on Facebook before. We want to say it on 99.5 FM. Congratulations to you, or congratulations to your graduates, the people in your family who are making these big moves during this time right now. And it's going to be something that you remember forever, that they remember forever as well. So, again, congratulations. I know Dickinson High School's graduation is tonight because we had one of our friends graduating as well. So, congratulations, everybody. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. During that 9 o'clock hour, we're going to have our friend Chris in from Santa Fe Water Services sharing a little bit of everything that they have going on. And that's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, they're going to be talking about some events that they have going on. And then at 10 o'clock, we're going to be talking to the Fallen Tide Music Festival. It's going to be great.
Yep. Lyda is going to be in studio, which Lyda's been in before. She was in with Sarah Grace. And then she was also on our share-a-thon that we did in December last year. So we love Lyda. She's very talented. She's a local musician doing some really big things here in the community. She actually just got put on a billboard, which I want to find out, how did that happen? How did that even get set up? To get put on a billboard? That's insane, So she's doing some really cool things, playing some awesome music festivals. Music being played on the radio around the world. So this is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM, and we're excited. We're excited to be broadcasting today. We have a huge show, and then tomorrow we're going to have some more fun as well, because I think we're going to be on location at the Art of Coffee.
Yeah, we're going to be broadcasting live from the Art of Coffee. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great show. So tune in for tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of people, including Kelly Redditor, who is a really good friend of ours. She's bringing a whole bunch of people. More than just the society is going to be there.
Yeah, I think you're most excited about being in KHEA because then you're really close to, what's the first place?
Cool Cow Creamery.
Cool Cow Creamery, the ice cream.
Escape KHEA.
Yeah. But obviously, I guess you're most excited about Cool Cow. That's the first one that comes to mind, right?
Yes, it's the first
ice cream.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait for tomorrow's show. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So right now it's 8:43. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. I'm going to take a quick break on the FM. We're going to keep it going on our social media stream and our recording for YouTube later. Coming up next is some Chris McClary on KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11, talking to some local businesses, talking to some local people, and some musicians as well. So stay tuned to KHEARadio.com. Make sure you go download the KHEA Radio app. It's available for Apple, and it's also available for Android. Get it?
I'm over here managing everything. Apparently Facebook is...
I don't even understand, what has to be managed, though? Is it a Facebook thing, or...
I don't know. It keeps dropping.
I see that.
So I have to keep, adjusting the program output. Right now, we're only broadcasting out at, 1.5 megabytes per second. So it's, super low.
Super lo-fi. It's like a throwback, right?
Yeah, but I don't get it because we have really good internet connection. So it has to be, a thing on Facebook's side.
I love Facebook.
I do too.
You know why? Multiple reasons.
Why?
Let me list a couple.
Okay.
There's the drama. There's the information. There's the pictures. And then there's the tacos. I posted some taco pictures in Talk of Taco this morning.
Yes.
I also posted a video in Talk of Taco this morning.
You did a lot of taco.
You know, I did. I did do a lot of tacoing this morning, and I feel like everybody else should as well. It's something that everybody can do. Post pictures of tacos.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of positivity. Okay, we were talking about something earlier. So Curt is always trying to come up with ideas for radio segments. So there's other radio stations, and I've probably listened to all of them, right? So there's Rula and Ryan's Roses. They do this really interesting segment where they try and catch people cheating on their significant other. For us, that's a no-go.
Like, yeah, we don't want to promote that.
Plus, it's already their segment. So even if we did it, they'd be like, why are you copying us? It's like, because it works. You know, it's interesting, it's funny, it's fun.
Right.
That's why.
Yes.
And then there's another segment on another radio station. I think I've seen it on a couple places where they do like Facebook, like, for lack of a better word, like a rant. I'm going to use a Facebook talk group. Let's just say the Talk of Alvin. I'm pulling that out of complete air, right?
Right.
So shout out to the Talk of Alvin. We've actually had them in studio before. They have like over 40,000 members in there. Whenever you have that many people, there's bound to be some drama. If somebody posts something in there, people are going to be like, why would you say that? That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. How do you not know the answer? But there's a lot of bickering and sometimes in these Facebook groups. So there's other radio stations where they'll find one of these like drama-filled posts, pull it, and say, hey, shout out to the Talk of Alvin. This was posted yesterday. And people like it.
Right. They tune in to listen to those kind of segments.
Yeah, but would that be good for us?
No.
Why?
Because that's not what we do. That's
true.
That's not us. We're positivity. And those things don't usually bring in positivity. Like, it's not making anybody's lives better.
But what if it makes somebody laugh? Like if somebody's like, ha, that's funny. Is that considered a little bit of positivity? Like a ray of sunshine dropped in that person's coffee?
If we did something funny, as long as it doesn't do it at somebody else's expense.
Okay, that's true.
Right?
Okay, now it makes sense to me.
Right. So we're laughing at somebody's misfortune.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, right? It's not
nice.
Because it's funny. So I think that we can find something. I think there could be a good segment like that.
Yeah.
But we just have to... The idea is not here yet.
Yeah, so if you have an idea, then let us know because we are brainstorming and Curt keeps kicking these around and I'm like, that's probably the worst idea I have heard in my entire life.
The birthday club is pretty good,
No, birthday is good.
Yes.
I think you stole that from like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or something.
Actually, I stole it from the first TV station I worked for was KHEA, KHAS. KHAS TV, KHAS. It was Hastings, Nebraska. And I would run the cameras for the morning show. So I'd wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and run the cameras for it. And super ridiculous pay, but I don't know why I did it. But anyways,
$1 an hour.
It was awful.
Right.
But they had a birthday club, and the anchor was always like, all right, guys, it's time for the birthday club. And he'd like get up on the desk and be like, come on into the birthday club. And like people would tune in just to see. And they had like this birthday club dance. And they'd be like, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. And be like, here's the birthdays.
Can you do that dance again in the song?
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Okay. I got it.
And so that was really kind of fun to watch. But people would tune in and people would send in their birthdays. And then would say, and they did this every day at a certain time, like every day. And then they would do like celebrity birthdays and stuff like that. And also birthdays for celebrities. It was really kind of fun to watch.
I remember being a kid.
Yeah.
It was either like VH1 or on Entertainment Tonight. They would do that. Oh, and this week's birthday or like this month. And then they would do celebrities. So I've seen, Dean and Raj on the Eagle, the classic rock.
Yeah.
Here, they would do that as well. Like, today's birthday is... and then they would do like that celebrity musician.
But see, then we could have people send in like their pictures or, and stuff, and then we can bring them up on the Facebook page.
Oh my gosh, so Leon, I don't even know what to say to you. Hey, I do appreciate some of the suggestions. What's up, Robin? Shout out to Axe Masters. We ran into Robin yesterday in her brand new shiny Jeep. It's beautiful.
She done goofed. You know why?
Why? Now you want a Jeep, a real Jeep? Or
no,
she should have got a Compass.
She should have got a Jeep Compass. She done goofed. She went with that like little regular Jeep. Like if you're gonna get a Jeep Compass.
Okay. Hey, here's something else that we want to talk about. So I have this koozie, right? The Galveston Daily News. Shout out to the Daily News. Something interesting that happened.
You're not supposed to know about this.
What?
Keep going. Keep going.
Not supposed to know about what?
Keep going. Keep going.
I got an email.
Okay.
You got an email.
Yes.
So me and Curt were nominated by somebody. Or somebody's.
Oh, I just see we got a reminder.
Yeah, so I got this email, right? So this is from the Daily News. It says, congratulations, Gardy. Someone has nominated you for the Daily News 40 Under 40, an innovative, it's recognizing young professionals in the Galveston County area. To accept the nomination, fill out this form and put it in, right?
Yes.
So.
Somebody nominated you.
Yes. You got nominated as well.
Yeah, somebody nominated me. It was crazy.
Which is cool. Hopefully we both get on there.
So there's something I have to tell you, Gardy.
But I want to know what you're supposed to put in here. Like, okay, it's asking all these questions. I feel like that's important. And I don't know, like, what if I put the wrong thing in? Like, it's asking my name? I have a name, but then I have, like, what I go by. So what if I put in the wrong, they're like, you're disqualified. It's not on your birth certificate, right?
Right. So I have something to tell you.
Okay.
I nominated you.
Thank you.
And I maybe asked everybody else to nominate you as well.
Okay.
Like in a secret private Facebook post. Like I said, like, hey, they have this thing, nominate Gardy, and I made it so that you couldn't see it because I was like, customized who can see it, and I said, don't let Gardy Garcia see it.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I had to do it because I feel like you deserve this award.
And Facebook said, you know what? I'm going to shut this stream down. Part of that. But I don't know what to put in. So
you want to know the worst part?
What?
Is now I can't change it back, so every post you're blocked from seeing my stuff, and I have to go in and manually, like, if I wanted you to see it specifically, I have to go and manually, like, customize it to put you back in the post.
Can't you just say that I'm blocked for the future?
I don't know how to fix it. I literally can't. So, like, every post is, like, customized to not have you see it.
That kind of hurts my feelings.
I'm sorry.
I really want to see what you're posting. I'm sure. Come on. What's my life supposed to be without your Facebook post?
I make sure I go in every time and put it back to public. It's funny. Anyways.
Yeah. So there's hard questions in here, and I don't know what to put is all. I wanted to see if people would help me, but.
So the coolest part is I talked to Melissa yesterday. They're actually coming on our show next week. The publisher of the Galveston Daily News is coming in to our show. The 5th, June 5th.
They
so
make
2 Wednesdays.
Really, really good koozies. It keeps my drink super cold.
Perfect.
So, shout out.
But there was apparently 117 nominations, 170 votes for 117 people. So she said somebody had 20 nominations.
Dang.
And I had at least 20 people on my comments on that post that said, done, did it. So I feel
Are you serious?
I feel like you're the one who had 20 nominated, and she was really salty. She's like, "Yeah, this person like got all of his buddies to nominate him," and I'm like, oh.
"Are you serious? They said that?"
Yes, I was like, "It's probably us. It's probably us." But it was so funny because it was. So it's not like it. Yeah, for me it was hilarious.
Dang. So now I'm going into this with the black eye.
Kind of. But it doesn't matter. Apparently, you can have as many nominations as you want. It's based on what you put in your nomination packet. And it goes to a judge, and they pick the numbers 1 through 5.
Okay. 1. 5.
5. Yeah, so they'll vote, and then they'll combine, and the 40 people with the highest scores are voted Galveston County's top 40.
Okay.
So it could be all 40 females if they wanted it to be. I guess there's not a 20-20 split.
You know, last year Chef Mary Bass was one. So was Concetta. Concetta was one. Chef Mary Bass was one. There's a city council member for Lamarck, Chris Lane, I believe.
Yes.
I think he was one. I'm trying to remember other people off the top of my head. There was a lot of people that we are associated with who made that list, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. I think we need to really make sure, because I feel like if we got nominated and then don't get chosen, we might lose it.
Well, I may just not fill it out, just so that way I don't get it. So that way I don't have to worry about it.
I worked really hard to get 20 people to nominate you. You have to fill it out now. You don't have a choice.
I may just not fill it out. It may be better that way, but yeah. Just don't worry about it.
Dang.
9 seconds. And let's go on.
If I'm not okay.
That voice.
Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Right now it's 8:55. This is Thursday, and I'm excited. We have an awesome show lined up. There's a great week that's still ahead of us. There's a lot of week left, even though we're kind of at the end.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Tomorrow, we're going to be broadcasting live from the Art of Coffee, so make sure that you tune in to tomorrow's show. Whether you're listening at 99.5 FM, if you're listening at KHEAradio.com, or through the new KHEA Radio app. You know, Gardy, this morning, I got up, getting going, jumped in the shower. The one thing that I did before I jumped in the shower was I turned on my app, the KHEA Radio app, and I went to listen live and was actually listening to the radio station this morning as I was getting ready. And there were some really good songs. There was a Stephanie Gretzinger song that came up. She's from Bethel, or used to be from Bethel Music, and it just really got me going. It got me positive, and I got here, and we had some tacos. I mean, it's been a great morning to be able to start with KHEA Radio.
It has. I'm going to have to agree with you. You know, and that's really cool. One of the features I like about the app is that you can listen to it and close out the app. So if you want to make a Facebook post, if you want to check your email, if you wanted to actually even watch another video, the KHEA Radio app will play its audio over the background, and it'll still keep going.
Yes.
I did that with Instagram. I was like, I opened up my Instagram app, and I was looking, and I was like, I wonder if it'll play both audios at the same time. The answer is yes.
Yeah, there's a really cool feature where it allows you to listen beyond just inside of the app. The other cool part is there's tons of content. You can actually go back through and watch every show of Kickstart. Just click on the shows tab and then go to Kickstart, and it actually has every show dating back to when we first started on the app, which is crazy.
Started with the app, or like started in like last year?
It looks like March 6th is the last one that's on this list.
Of this year?
Yes.
Okay.
But it grabs it from our our YouTube page. So our YouTube page has all of our shows on there from the very beginning.
Wow. That's scary.
Curt did some work.
That's scary and convenient all at the same time. Curt did some work?
I did.
That's scary too.
I know.
I like it. No, you do a good job around here. We have a couple minutes left. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have Chris from Santa Fe Water Services here in studio. He's here. He's hanging out. He's been here. He's on time, punctual. He's everything that I would want out of a KHEA radio employee. Everything.
See, I was going to tell you this. There was something that happened earlier that I was like, oh, yeah, we could do that. But then the trip to Israel, right?
Pastor Allen, okay, let's preface it again. Last night at church, Pastor Allen said, hey, would anybody be interested in going on a trip to Israel? And then, like, everybody stood up. It was awesome.
There's like 50 people at church.
Yeah, I see Curt like counting, that's a lot. And the numbers and the wheel in your head. Little gerbil was like, and then he like fell off. And the pastor was like, oh, it's about 30, 40 people or so, however many it was. It was a lot, more than probably he thought.
So then I was like, well, how cool would it be? And you had probably the same thought, like if we took our backpack, because we can take that stuff to Israel. Like that's no problem for us, right?
As long as we're cool with carrying it on.
Right.
We can't check it.
No, carry it on with us.
Yeah.
Which would be really easy and really fun to do. But my only concern is if we open it up to KHEA listeners, they're probably going to want to bamboozle themselves into being interns and wanting to run our gear and like be on the radio with us when we're on the radio for in Israel.
I think that would be cool though, because then they could take turns and be like, hey, you're a KHEA radio listener, you're one of our friends, man, how are you doing today in Israel? What did you get to see? And then they share their experience.
That would be cool.
That would be a lot of fun.
But are they going to want to take the title? Like all of a sudden they're like turning in resumes, to people, and we're getting phone calls like, hey, so let's say like Kim was Kim a listener, an intern for KHEA? What?
Yes.
She went to Israel.
I feel like she does.
Our phone's just blowing up with all these interns, right? You know?
And that's fine.
Kim would be a great intern.
She would be great.
She was the first one to download the KHEA radio app.
She was. Even before we did. We didn't even know it was out yet.
Thank you, Kim.
She knew.
Kim, you're amazing. Thank you for downloading the KHEA radio app.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about a trip to Israel. Are you interested? We don't have much details to release right now, but if you are, let us know. I think it would be awesome. And if you can't go, and if we're able to weasel our way into this trip and weasel our gear like on the trip with us, then we would definitely be able to broadcast and kind of show you guys what is over there and how it's going. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. It's something that KHEA Radio has never done before, but this is stuff we have the capability of doing, and it's honestly thanks to you guys' support. Because if we didn't have y'all's support, then y'all wouldn't have donated to us and allowed us to buy this gear, so we're able to go mobile. That was last year during December. And, there's a bunch of local businesses, local organizations that support us, financially, that support us through sharing our content. They support us through just literally telling us ways we can improve what we are doing, and we appreciate all of those ways.
Yeah, the one thing that we really haven't stressed a whole lot, you listen to other not-for-profit radio stations, and it seems like every probably couple of months or so, they're asking their listeners, okay, will you donate, some financial support to keep this radio station going? And we're really highly blessed and favored that we've never been able to have to do that, where we sit on the radio for a week and just say hey, give. And it gets kind of annoying sometimes. But, there is that option. We love what we do, and we love broadcasting to the people, but you have an option where you're at right now to financially support KHEA Radio. You can give $5 a month. You can give $20 a month. You can give $100 a month if you want to.
Or a one-time thing.
Or a one-time thing as well.
Either way.
But we just want to remind you all that you have that option. You have that capability. You can actually give inside of the KHEA Radio app. You can go to our website, KHEAradio.com, and click on the donate button. So there's plenty of ways for you to help support this radio station and keep this radio station funded.
Yes, well, we appreciate you guys. Right now it's 9:01. This is KHEAradio.com, 99.5 FM. If you have any questions about maybe that future Israel trip, maybe you want to be able to donate, become a partner like our good friend Santa Fe Water Services, hey, send us an email, send us a message, KHEA@KHEAradio.com. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Chris is going to be in studio letting us know everything that's going on in our area, Santa Fe, and in the water service industry with the best. This is Kickstart. Coming up next, we have some Toby Mac. Thank you for putting this in, Ethan. Hello Future on KHEAradio.com. 99.5 FM. We're on the brand new KHEA Radio app. Go and download it today, right now. Go get it.
Hello, sunshine.
Is that what he says? I thought he said hello Future.
I hope you're here to stay.
Maybe he does say hello sunshine.
Ooh, I love Toby Mac.
He's good. Ethan?
The one thing that I like about, I love the fact that we have the KHEA app, but I love listening. Now I feel like I can listen to really good music.
Yeah.
24/7.
You can.
Through the app, which is awesome because sometimes, I just listening to the stuff on the FM. But now I can listen to it anytime.
Yep. Doesn't matter where you're at.
Sunshine.
You can be in Israel with us, listening to the KHEA Radio app.
Hey, come on in, Chris.
Or you can be in Santa Fe, listening to the KHEA Radio app.
Oh, I'm surprised. By the way, Gardy.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Gardy, I'm surprised
Yes.
that you have not said anything about a
You're shaving?
difference. Yes.
He's trimmed.
I'm
Yeah.
trimmed.
Yeah.
Man, that sink was gross looking.
Well, and there's nothing wrong. I do the same thing. I have a trimmer, and I usually just kind of trim it up, right?
Right.
Because shaving, and I feel like you can relate to this, it's a hassle. Probably going to cut yourself. It's going to make a big mess. There's blood everywhere. I'm crying. It's just
What
no
are you
fun.
doing?
I mean, are you shaving with a straight razor on a bumpy road or something?
Yes.
What are you? Yeah, I don't think anybody else is ever bleed. I don't bleed.
I mean, I've nicked myself, but it's usually,
But I also don't.
A little
I
bit.
just use a trimmer. I never have
That's
to
what I'm
go
saying.
baby face.
Yeah, if you use a trimmer, then you're not going to cut yourself. That's what I use a trimmer too, but I don't use use the razors anymore because as a kid, that's all that there was. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm
hate-
like
Dry, as a kid, you dry shave.
Dry
And you
shave.
shave the wrong way. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm the king of dry shaving.
Oh, yeah.
I love dry shaving.
yeah,
I
but
don't
with a
know about
trimmer, it
loving
doesn't
it,
matter.
Yeah.
Man, that was the best way to do it when you were growing up is to dry shave.
Here's
And then it grew back even better.
Yeah. So I have these gray hairs that are coming, which I kind of like. Okay, yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting wiser, right?
Yeah, wiser, yeah.
But I remember whenever I started growing facial hair, these were the first ones that came in, like right where that gray hair is. So I'm like, okay, I got about it. How long did the rest of them come in before I just have like a white beard? Look like stinking Santa Claus.
I've noticed as I've gotten older, like in the last like 2 months, that that the white hairs, they used to like disappear when I would go shorter, like when I trim it. But now, no, definitely, there's still some white hairs there today. And I was like, dang.
That's the beauty of blonde hair. It
Can't tell.
Mine gets redder as it gets bigger.
And if anything, I think like it would like get dirt, like it would look like for lack of a better word, like a dirty blonde red or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, especially right here when I let the old Jeff Bagwell.
Yeah,
look, it was like that much red that the rest was like blonde. It was looked like I dyed tips or something.
Yeah.
Man, frosted tips on that beard.
Guy Fiore. Or
oh, man.
Mine was all natural, though. All natural.
I think of great dyed colored beards like Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
Macho Man.
Macho Man. Yeah, it's usually just wrestlers. Was it Scott Steiner or one of them? I don't know. He started doing a thing like that, too.
Yeah.
So, pretty much wrestlers. And that's it.
Yeah.
And Kurt Casper.
Oh, yeah. I think of great beards. Kurt comes to mind.
I wish I'm gonna say this, and it's kind of weird. I wish we would have done the Beards on the Bay thing back in like February.
You had a good mustache.
I had a great mustache back then, but we really couldn't have done anything.
You looked like Zorro. He kind of had like a little, like it started growing out and doing this.
Oh, your little curls on there?
Yeah, if he had, like, is it a Buccaneer or a Cavalier? I'm trying to think of the guy with the hat with the feather.
Oh, yeah.
I almost kept
John
kept it last night. Like, I was shaving everything else and then like this, but it looked awful. And I was like, I got to do it. So that was the last thing I trimmed up.
I'm way overdue, especially being in the fire department. I need a shave, and if my chiefs are listening, they probably will agree with me 100%.
You're on the Santa Fe Fire Department?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, awesome. I did not know that.
Since 01, and my brother's the same way. So, but I usually do the Walrus, right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do that, the old school fireman one where you're the big bushy mustache. Can't have the
We didn't know
full
that.
beard.
This is how many times have you been in here?
It's like third or fourth.
Third or fourth time, and this is the first time you've brought this up.
Yeah.
I think I knew.
Maybe. I think Anthony mentioned it a couple times.
Maybe so. I knew, but I don't know if you had brought it up in here, but maybe it was brought up before. But
man,
Kurt, you just got to pay more attention to this man right here.
Yeah.
I did. One of the things, we were actually at the firefighter games last weekend down in 6th Street, and that was kind of cool to watch them do the fire brigade games. Have you ever done something like that?
Not down here when I went to Vernon. I was paid fireman up there for 6 years, and we did the fire 3-man hose race or the bucket relay, water ball. Water ball, you get soaking wet because you're just basically spraying each other with fire hoses.
Yeah. You know what? I saw I guess it's the chief for Texas City. He's kind of at the bottom, like pointing down. And so the hoses are down. They're just spraying him with water because he's standing there. And then he's go!
When you get your shot, you take your shot. I mean, can't complain.
No, I thought it was interesting. I was like, I'm sure that's like an honor for him, like as the chief of the game. It's in his turf, Texas City.
Oh, yeah.
But they're just spraying him with water.
Yeah, well, I mean,
this is why the Texas City Fire Department never wins the awards.
Oh, I don't know about that. But St. Leon did pretty good.
Yeah,
I heard.
We've heard that there's some interesting dilemmas between the Texas City Fire Department and the Hitchcock Fire Department.
I don't know anything about that.
You do. You just don't want to talk about it.
I'm with Santa Fe. I'm with Santa Fe.
He does know. Look at his eyes.
No,
you do know.
Back when I first started out, a lot of us were in high school doing it, and we were friends, and Hitchcock and us, and we all going through new member training. And we would play little pranks on each other, but that's the fireman way. I mean, you just prank each other and keep it fun.
We have never pranked each other.
No, we usually take it to heart and then get even. Like it's not a prank. It's like, he's like, I'm gonna get you, Gardy, and I'm like, Kurt, it's the last mistake you ever make.
Yeah, why have we never pranked each other? I feel like you and I are like Dwight and Jim. Like we should be pranking each other.
But the question is, who's Dwight and who's Jim?
I'm definitely Dwight.
He's always said he's Michael Scott.
I'm Michael Scott.
He's like, I'm Michael Scott. I'm like, no.
I am.
No, I can't.
I'm the boss.
Maybe Toby, maybe.
Of your cats.
Wow, you put me in Toby?
Yeah.
The Scranton Strangler? No way. I did not strangle anybody.
He was on the jury.
No, he was not. He was on trial.
No, he was on the
There's
jury.
a theory that he was.
I know it's a theory. But
I know.
it's not. It's just a theory. That's all it is. My 3-year-old loves that show.
Really?
Yes.
Your
She-
3-year-old
Yes.
loves The
She will-
Office.
when Michael Scott left the show, she was devastated
How? How does she understand?
because she's smart, I guess. And whenever, like the last episode when he came back for the wedding, she lost it. She was so happy that he was back.
Why'd they think the show would work without him?
I mean, it did for a couple seasons, but
Will Ferrell being
that was
the worst
Oh,
ever.
it was.
I was like, please don't let this stay.
oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
See, no, I don't, because me and my wife were kind of rewatching it, and yeah, like we got to the point where he left, and I was like, why? Why am I watching this? Here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 9:10 a.m. on a Thursday. Curt, I feel like every day, I say that every day, and every time like you forget, and you're just like, oh yeah, like I'm Curt. Like you don't remember. Like that's the one job.
I do always say like I'm Curt, but I find it
You're just like,
it's
and I'm Curt. Like, oh, I'm
it's
here.
just-
I'm
I
here.
feel like though the funny part is I always.
And I'm
like
Curt.
it's just one of those habit things that you do. Like I'm just like, and I'm Curt. You know, like I'm like, wait, what if you said something completely random, and I just said like, and I'm Curt, and you're like, wait, what are you doing? You
Like,
know?
this is Kickstart. And if you are not the smartest person in the room, what's your name?
I'm Curt. You know, it's a
Possibility. It's kind of like one of those automatic responses. Like when someone says "Good morning," you say "I'm fine." I'm like,
Yeah, and it's
no,
like,
I expect you to say "How are you?" is what I expected.
right?
So yeah, it's just automatic response.
You
So,
too.
like,
Like, you too is one of those
Yeah.
other things.
I just like think of like I don't even think I'm in the moment
You're
like
not.
saying I'm Curt, you know.
But you're like always doing something else. You're like working on something, you know, scratching your arm, picking
Right.
your nose, like
drinking
look at-
something and I'm like,
You're just like, but it's always like you forget, and you're like, oh,
oh,
and
I'm
I'm
Curt.
and then you
Spray
just
it
go back.
everywhere.
And I go back to doing what I'm doing.
Whatever it is
There
you're
I
you
doing.
love it. I love
Multitasking.
Yeah. Well, today we have a good friend, Chris from Santa Fe Water Services here in studio. What's up, Chris? How's it going?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Just heat's coming around the corner.
Yeah.
That's
What-
actually already here, in my opinion.
So the heat is here. Summer is pretty much here. The kids are either about to be out of school or already out.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean for a couple things? What does that mean for, you as a firefighter? What does that mean for us as an area? Do we have to be more cautious with stuff? And then what does that mean for our water?
Well, I mean, on a safety side, as a fire, I mean, that can happen anytime. I mean, when I moved up north, we actually had more wildfires during the winter than we did during summer. So,
Wow.
but down here, you have bonfires, people hanging out and things like that. Just be smart about it and get all the proper permits and everything if you need it.
Yeah.
And so forth.
Because if
But-
it gets too hot and we go into like a drought, I know then it's like, hey, no burning, no fireworks.
Oh yes, and the way this
Nothing.
wind's been blowing, it's just gonna take it.
Yeah.
It moves pretty fast.
Whenever
scary.
that weekend, whenever we were at the firefighter games over there off 6th Street in Texas City,
I was sweating.
well, it was warm, but it was windy. I was under the tent. Kurt was out. I don't even know what he was doing, like at the concession stand, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm under the tent, like working, trying to get something done, and all of a sudden the tent just goes, and I feel it start to blow. And mind you, I had tied it to tables, to chairs, like on every side, because that's all we had.
Oh yeah.
And I saw it started blowing over, so I grabbed the arm, and then there's no way I could stop it at that point. So I'm like trying to pull it back. I'm like, Kurt,
You're like Mary
somebody,
Poppins, just blow away.
somebody. And then Chris with the United Way was like, hey, I need some guys. And then it was the weirdest thing. Like he snapped his finger, and then like all these firemen were like, psh, came out of nowhere, and that's what they do.
Yeah,
Answer the call.
That's right. That's
Flipping
right.
that tent back over.
Yeah, flipped it over.
I
and
didn't
then
even know what happened.
retied it. I know. You get back, and I'm like, Kurt, I was literally yelling for you, and he's just like, what do do, like skipping over with like Frito pie, or it was, I don't know. I'm like, what is he doing over there?
He was probably looking at some tacos or something.
Yeah,
I get distracted by tacos.
I
Like,
almost Mary Poppins out of there. Like,
You know that meme where it's like the guy and the girl, and the guy's going like this, and
Yes.
the girl's like,
yes,
usually it's the taco passing by.
Hey, we had tacos last night. Actually, I was going to take a picture, but my wife said no because she didn't want to picture herself eating tacos.
did your wife make them, or y'all get them somewhere?
Oh no, we made them.
Nah, what kind were they?
Just deer meat and seasoned.
You tell your wife there's nothing else more important than tacos in the Taco group.
It was actually our
You-
third night in a row to eat tacos. So yeah.
Hey, that's what's up.
Hey, 3
Hell
nights, 3 times. I mean, we might just give you an award, but nope. You know what?
Is that deer meat that you hunted and
Oh,
got
yeah.
yourself?
Oh, yeah.
How do you season deer meat?
It just, well, we brown it, and then we just put whatever seasonings. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of different ways. But like if we do steaks, I'll marinate them for a good few, 3 days or so, in either Italian dressing or backstrap. I'll marinate it in milk with seasoned salt and lemon pepper for about 3 days.
Do you have to season it more? Because I know I think it's turkey. Sometimes I'm just like, put seasoning on there, and I'm like, it needs more, like as opposed to beef or even chicken.
Well, with the deer or even wild hog, it has that gamey taste everyone talks about.
Yeah.
And my grandmother, she used to do it in like vinegar, and I'm not a vinegar person.
Yeah.
And so one of my friends at the station, he showed me one time in milk, and
it works.
amazing.
Sounds weird.
But then, well, I mean, we do that, and then we season the batter and stuff when we fry it. So, but it doesn't have a gamey taste. It tastes really good.
Yeah.
Real good.
I like eating stuff like that. There's a Sammy's Wild Game Grill, which it was in the Heights, and I believe they closed that location and they're moving to a different one. But they had like camel empanadas, like elk tacos.
Bison. Have you ever had buffalo?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they have some we went to a burger place yesterday. Where we go? Beyond Burger?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
Beyond
yeah,
Burger.
Yeah, they have one.
Ooh, you know what I had yesterday? I had the Kobe. The Kobe beef, I can't even say it, starts with a W, like Wagyu or something.
Yeah.
To see, because I never had it, and everybody says, "Oh, that's the best beef." They like sing to the cows. They like pet them.
Yeah,
and
yeah, you love on them and
classical
they go.
music. They're
Taking
like,
them to the slaughter.
Who's doing that? Talking to my? No, I don't want anyone talking to my beef.
Well, I did, and it was nice. I could definitely taste the classical and classiness whenever I
love.
bit the burger.
Could you taste the different songs?
Yes, there was some Mozart.
Yeah, so like the ones that are classical are like nice and sweet, but then you got the ones that are sung to by like rock and roll, and they're a little bit harder, a little bit tougher.
Yeah, there's like grunge.
Yeah.
There's, like
There
the
you
metal,
go.
and it's like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
tough.
Yeah, that's a tougher cow.
That would have to make a difference.
Yeah, it probably does. They say if you talk to your plants, it helps them grow.
Yeah. Well, it's our buddy Perry Brooks at 3BQ. He says that's what his secret is. He's like, love, I sing, I dance to my, my meat's cooking. I'm like,
Yeah,
Whatever it takes.
he was on the show not too long ago, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I saw him talking about that. I was like, hey, whatever works.
yeah, he gets his stuff from Stone Cold Meats, and he's the one who actually had told us about the Wagyu and the Kobe and the difference in the USDA Prime as opposed to just normal brisket. I don't know, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into that.
Oh yeah, that was all. When it comes to meat, it's endless.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked a little bit about, as far as from a firefighter's perspective, with this heat. What does this heat mean, I guess, for our water supply and our water pipes and everything that's running into our houses that we're bathing and drinking?
Well, like all year long, you need to really be conscious of water conservation, especially during the summer. Back in 2011, when we had that horrible drought, was lasted if not a year or more, it seemed like. Just be smart about it. Like when you're using your water, let's say brushing your teeth, don't let the water constantly run. Fill up a little glass, use that to rinse your mouth out and stuff. Don't just let the water constantly run. Make sure that, all your fittings and anything that water goes through, especially your toilet tank, make sure it's not constantly running and stuff like that. And then one thing I picked up on is, you water your grass, water it at night. So that way it doesn't evaporate as soon as it hits the ground, for one. And it gives it time to soak in, and you don't have to water it as much for it to be wet. Or, if you're a person that washes your own vehicle, wash it pull it on your grass, and then wash it.
Yeah. I have
So.
sprinklers in my house as well. Kurt, are you okay over there?
Yeah, what was that?
What was what?
That was a weird sound, whatever it was.
Kurt has noises coming out of his body. Did you hear that in your ears? Your
I heard
headphones made that?
something. I don't know if that was me or not.
I was like, because that wasn't even like my stomach growling.
Okay. Are you hungry?
Maybe.
You had 2 tacos already.
I
Is that-
needed 3 tacos. I needed a second breakfast. I had second breakfast yesterday. I didn't have
Oh,
a
second breakfast is good.
A second breakfast is the way to do it in
It
life.
is.
Like, if you're not second breakfasting, you might as well just like give up on life.
My second breakfast is usually like Valero.
0 breakfast. That's what we did. We had the gas station.
Oh, was that a
Tacos.
Valero over there?
There's a brand new gas station right here.
I know.
I think it is.
I think it's a
or over
Valero.
here on Delaney or whatever.
Oh, that one over there is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's a Valero. But yeah, I like there. I like the one in Hitchcock and Santa Fe. But yeah, like I said, when you're washing your car, wash on the grass, because then you're washing and watering your grass at the same time. Just kind of be smart about it.
Hey, this is from Steve. who is one of the owners. Him and his wife own Cupcake KHEA. He's a retired firefighter for the Houston Fire Department. He said, "What is the friction loss in 2.5 hose at 150 psi?"
You don't go pump ops on me, man. That's like math right there. It's like 5 psi for like every 10 feet, or no, for every application you use, which is a nozzle or anything like that. And then you got to figure in the circumference of the hose, like a 5-inch hose. And man, that's too early for that. And I'm not on the scene. Hey, pump ops.
You know what? I feel like this is the math questions that my son, like being a 6-year-old, they give him word problems like this, and I'm like, what? Like, how are y'all teaching them this? And they just send like worksheets home.
Oh yeah, and then once you draw boxes and stuff like that, and you're like, no. I told my daughter's, she'll be going into 4th grade. Man, I'm getting
old. 4th grade.
And her teacher wrote me, because it was her pre-K teacher. She goes, "Hey, I'll be McKinley's math teacher next year." I said, "Well, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're old school math in this house. We don't do boxes, but we get the same answer with the same outcome." And she's like, "Hey, I'll teach it, and she'll learn it."
Kurt, are you asking Siri over there what the loss is? Siri, what is the friction loss in 2.5 hose at 150 psi? Bing.
But see, you gotta know the length, and you gotta know if there's elevation. You gotta know if you're having to go through, other applications like manifolds or wise. I mean, there's a lot of factors involved. So that's like algebra. They don't give you enough variables. So
I need more information.
There you
So
go.
GPM at, let's say, like 81 is 1.3. GPM at, let's say, 406 or 405 is 32.8.
See, that's gallons per minute. That's not even PSI.
Come on, Kurt. PSI, man. Silence.
Friction loss of a 2.5. Friction loss for 100 feet of 2.5 fire hose with 600 GPM is 72 PSI. Boom.
Well, yeah, but see, you added feet and GPM. See, that wasn't all in the question.
That's additional information that we needed. So you just made up your own, and that's fine.
I mean, the answer's correct.
You got an answer.
But but then see, by knowing that, then you have to counter at the pump to increase it. So it might be reading 150 psi at the pump, but you're only getting like 100 at the end of the nozzle. So there's a lot of math on the fire scene. People joke about firemen not being the brightest bulbs in the box. No, we got a thing on our feet and do some math pretty quick.
Well, at the firefighter games, we actually heard no jokes about firefighters not being the smart. As far as we heard, they're like,
I was telling them,
as bright as it comes.
That's probably because there was no cops around.
There wasn't, but there was some jokes for the police officers. And I said,
"Oh yeah, it's just a family brotherhood."
There was one that drove by us during our show, and the firefighter was like, "Probably on his way to the donut shop." And I'm like, "You can't say that on our positive radio station."
Hey, we like donuts too.
But then he pulled into the donut shop, and we're like, "Oh,
see, it's not a joke when it's a fact."
Which is fair. We had the chief for Lamarck, the police chief in studio, talking about a video and this thing that they're trying to push out there, just with like relations, and that was cool as well. So it was really fun.
I have a lot of police officer friends, and real good ones. Some I've gone to school with, and they've gone that way, or I've met them over the time. And they're EMS, fire, and PD, even dispatch. I say we all get along for the most part, but it's like it's a family.
Yeah,
you're going to quabble.
So speaking about something earlier that you brought up, you said watering your grass at night. So I have a sprinkler system, and I started doing that. I haven't been watering my grass lately because we just got through like a lot of rain, and so I turned them off. I was like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
The rain's been coming down, and that's great for the grass, so I'm just letting it kind of water. But I need to turn it back on because we haven't gotten rain about a week or so, I believe.
Yeah, my garden was a little dry, so I had to water it last night.
Yeah, but at night that makes sense because if you water it, it's just going to kind of chill there and it lets it soak in.
Yeah, I mean, they say it like sunrise and sunset, but even at sunset, especially down here, it's still hot. So I usually did mine like at 10 o'clock at night for a little bit, and then my grass was growing.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, and then when you cut your grass, you don't want to cut it. You don't want to scorch the earth with it. So about 2 inches is about the height that you want to. So that way it maintains the moisture and everything, keeps it shady.
I've always heard conserve water. Like, hey, brushing your teeth, like you mentioned earlier, turn it off. Water your grass, at night, so that way it doesn't just constantly evaporate. Why is water conservation so important, though? Like, is just like an endless amount? Is there not? Are we running out? Like, why does it matter?
I mean, you think sitting here on the Gulf, hey, water. I mean, the water table in Santa Fe is like 8 inches right now because of the water, but it's usually like 8 feet. You're gonna hit water, but we have some customers that are like down Surfside and
Yeah.
on the Blue Water Highway where they pump salt water, and you can't drink salt water. So I mean, we help them with that. We have filtration that can help them, but just because you're around water doesn't mean that you're going to get good water.
Okay.
So
Right.
the water tables do go up and down, and then like in the Austin area, I believe that I can't ever say the word aquifer. There we go.
Okay.
I believe that one doesn't really refill itself. So once that one kind of goes out, it's either going to be really slow on filling up or not fill up back up at all. So that's the main thing is that you always think, well, oh, it's raining. We have rivers, we have lakes, but the groundwater, it sometimes won't fill back up. Sometimes it takes forever. I think they say for like with snow, and you might know this, like for every 4 or 5 inches of snow is equal to like 1 inch of rainwater. So, if it snows a whole lot, people hear about flooding and all that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's refilling. It's not soaking in the ground.
I remember we used to have conversations when I used to work in the news in Nebraska about how much snow actually not in our area, but actually up north in Wyoming and Montana. If they have a really harsh winter, it usually meant that there would be a lot of water that would come down our way and actually flood the area because of that. And so like it just doesn't matter like down here, because that's where the water flows. It flows downstream, and so there's going to be more water.
Oh yeah,
down the mountainside.
Yeah, that's like with Harvey. That's one reason why Dickinson flooded so bad, because Houston water, hit the bayous and all that, and it got too much for them. It wasn't necessarily rain actually, but it was that plus water coming from other areas.
I think people are so used to, if you pay for something, it's mine. Like, well, I'm paying for the water usage. Like, yeah, it's unlimited. Why should I have to conserve anything? I'm paying for it anyways. And that's kind of the mindset I guess we have as Americans. But it's more than that. It's like, hey, well, it's not just us. You mentioned, there's other parts of Texas, of the world, and it all works together. And it's kind of about the planet, not just like, hey, my house. What about everybody else in the ecosystem, right?
Oh, yeah. And then also if you are on city water or a community well where you pay for it, you use less water, you spend less money.
Yeah.
So you save money that way also. Just like if you go out, if you get a new appliance, try to get one that's, the Energy Star, saves on electricity and on water because it uses less water.
There's products that you guys provide that can help with water consumption, correct?
Yes. We on our units, there's different types. There's like water meter valves where that does depend on how much water you use on when it cleans itself. There's day clock valves that will clean themselves every so many days and so forth like that. And there's different flow restrictors that allow how much water is dumped when they clean themselves.
Our friend Hippie Fertilizing, AJ, he is about getting people, what they want. What do you want in a healthy lawn? But like his whole thing is like, I want the biology of the soil to be good. Because you know what? You can have green grass and we can put like these chemicals on it and do all this other stuff. But it's more than just, hey, I want my grass green and the weeds gone. Like he's even under the impression like, why are the weeds bad? If it's that bad, mow it. But having like a healthy soil to make the biology of the soil good and the grass and the plants will flourish. And then it's more than just that. It's the ecosystem. And whenever he talks, like you believe it, he really believes what he's saying, and you can tell the passion that he has, and that's part of what makes us want to support him. It's bigger than him, and your cause as well. It's bigger than just like, hey, I want to have clean and the best water, but it's like, hey, we need to conserve, and this is why.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't just waste it, and I hope he's listening or watching or something, because I have a couple questions for him about my garden. Like why are my plants turning yellow? Or, they're growing, but the leaves are yellow. And I don't know if that's a fertilizer thing or too much water, like you said, with all the rain and everything like that. So, I've been meaning to, I hear y'all talk about them, I've been meaning to, maybe write them on Facebook or something, see what these guys say about that.
I just tagged him in it, so maybe he'll see that and tune in. But Hippie Fertilizing, you can go find them on Facebook. You can also learn more information about them by just searching for them on the internet as well.
So, yesterday, I picked up my son from school, and I'm on the way home, and I see 2 houses down, and you've probably heard about me talk about this house before. There's a house that's 2 houses down. Their grass is like the greenest green that I've ever seen in my entire life, right? So I see the crew out there. They're working. They're actually throwing some mulch down, and I can't remember the name of it. So I pulled into the garage, and I'm like, Kellen, my son, Go inside the house, son. Don't ask questions. You know, Daddy has some work to do. Daddy has some conversations. And so I sent him inside. I said, make sure you shut the door behind you. You know, just because sometimes, you know, kids, they'll go in, throw their bag, just leave the door open. And I don't want my daughter to run out. So I make sure he goes in, shuts the door. I was like, all right, here we go. So I walk over there 2 houses down. There's some guys working. I'm like, hey, I got some questions. And they point me at the El Jefe to the truck. And I said, okay. I said, so I asked him, I said, hey, what are y'all putting on this grass to make it so green? How are you doing this? Is it proprietary? Can you let me know? He's like, oh, man, no, yeah, I can let you know. So he told me what it was and how much they put it on. And I'm like, okay. All right, now I know. But what it was is not like the natural stuff that hippie fertilizer. They use Microlife.
Susan's got a really good point there on the comment. She said chicken poop.
I was literally about to say, Miss Susan will probably agree with.
Give me a scoop.
They say chicken poop's good for the garden, like vegetables, but horse manure is better for the grass. Yeah, if it's true, I don't know, but I know chicken poop is good for my garden.
Doesn't it stink real bad or no?
No, you mix it all in there. I mean, from the point of getting it out, yeah, but
yeah.
Before we get too far, I do want to say. In the description on this video, we did ask people to drop their birthdays. We're trying to gather birthdays, possibly going to do a birthday club kind of thing. And I just see that Jewel Cox said, today is my birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Breaking news. Happy birthday, Jewel.
Happy birthday,
Oh,
Jewel.
I'm not a singer.
I'm not either. I was just going to say it.
Yeah.
So,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. So we're going to be trying to do that maybe once a week where we announce the birthdays for the week. So it'd be awesome.
And what's funny is, like, you're talking about that a couple days ago, because I'm on light duty because I had LASIK on my eyes.
How's that going so far?
Great.
Nice.
Yeah, luckily I only had to have one eye. The other one's good to go.
Cool.
So I highly recommend it, especially the eye clinics in Texas. But I've been on light duty, and I went in and I was like, I'm going to start doing scheduled posts. So I went through and did all scheduled posts for May birthdays, just happy birthday all our customers in May, happy birthday all our customers in June, and so forth like that. And then he was talking about that, so either he stole the idea from me or it's just a coincidence.
Or great minds thinking alike. Hey, I have a question about the LASIK. So I had a friend who had LASIK, and they said, hey, don't strain, don't sneeze.
Yeah, they don't want you to
do
sneeze.
anything.
I'm like, how am I not supposed to sneeze?
What am I supposed to do if I have to sneeze? So my buddy, I think he actually sneezed like at night, and he had to go back and get some stuff corrected. Like,
oh, yeah,
so,
well, see, like me, I don't sneeze like those weird people. Sorry, but they're like I don't do that. I let it out. I don't
Everyone
hold that
makes
pressure
fun
back.
of me for it. Like Gardy's like, Kurt, stop.
Yeah, see, I can't do that.
I sneeze in the microphone.
I mean, when I sneeze, it's like just a cloud of just.
yeah, I saw a meme.
Bacteria,
Oh,
so-
actually, it was our former intern, Crystal, who's actually on staff now. She posted and tagged her dad and was like, there's never been a dad who's ever like sneezed quiet in his entire life. And I was like, that's facts, because I am the same way.
Oh,
I just like, yeah, I can't help it.
And I mean, I've sneezed so hard where I've seen spots afterwards. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
yeah,
Try to sneeze with your eyes open.
No, you can't. My eyes would pop out my head.
yeah,
probably.
especially with
That's what they say.
LASIK.
Yeah.
That's the one thing they told him. Like, be careful, don't sneeze.
Yeah, don't
and
sneeze.
if you do, definitely close your eye.
They don't even want you like it's this eye, so I'm not but they don't want you like closing your eye real hard or anything, or rubbing it and things like. They give you goggles to wear at night.
Wow.
You have to wear goggles at night?
Well, for like the first week, because they don't want you subconsciously touching it.
Touching your eyeball?
Yeah, but
Rubbing your eye.
Can I touch your eyeball now?
No. You're 3 days removed from the surgery?
how
long
I
did
did
you-
it back. The 31st will be my last day of light duty. So it'll be 3
okay,
weeks.
cool.
So it's but later that night you could already tell the difference.
That's amazing.
So
How many fingers am I holding up?
2.
Okay, good.
I have good eyesight with both. It's just one, if I, and because as we talked about, I'm a hunter, so I was looking through my scopes, and I couldn't see what was on the other side of the scope, or I couldn't see the line, the crosshair. So I'm like, I've got to get this fixed, and that's kind of what made this decision.
We have more breaking news. This is slightly unrelated.
Slightly unrelated,
But
but
I
I can't go any longer without not knowing
Okay,
this.
fine. Breaking news.
It is Sonic 50-cent corn dog day.
They're back.
They have good corn dogs.
Last time, they actually do have amazing corn. It's something about the fryer and the grease.
Yeah, I think it's just like old grease, and it's just all like seasoned.
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
a cast iron skillet.
Do you remember last October where
I do.
where we ordered 50-cent corn dogs?
Yeah.
We
Hey.
dropped I was like, I want 50 corn dogs, and they were like, what?
Did you call that order in?
We
or
did.
you use their app?
We called it in, actually. Said, hey, we're about to come pick up 50 corn dogs. When will that be
I
ready?
ate all 50 corn dogs.
Oh, I don't know if I can do
It was
that.
the
you remember
worst
why?
decision ever.
Do you remember why you ate 50 corn
I
dogs?
do remember the reason why, but let's not talk about that reason why.
I'm about to start singing the Backstreet Boys. Tell me why. Anyway, shout out to Sonic. Apparently, we may need to call them later.
You can get 50 more hot corn dogs.
Call them on the air. See if
Okay,
they
so
answer.
today for lunch we're going to the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families. They have their annual meeting that's taking place today.
Yep.
What if we showed up
With corn dogs?
like 50-cent corn dogs from Sonic? Everyone would love us.
Well, I feel like it's not that kind of place.
Hey, what if we
Hey,
did,
there's always room for Jello. There's
we-
always a place for corn dogs.
we up it. We up it. When we go to this meeting, we give them the free corn dog, but they have to they have to download the KHEA radio app.
So we found this out quick.
There you go.
Some places are the kind of places where you show up with bags of 50 corn dogs, you hand them out, and everybody's like, oh, this is awesome. Then there's other places where you show up and you bring the 50 corn dogs and they're like, those guys are weird. You know?
This is probably one of those because they don't know us. We've only been to one meeting so far, and I feel like we met like one person at that meeting. So
Yeah.
we're not there yet. If we showed up with corn dogs, that people would be like, "What are you doing?"
Maybe
Yeah,
next time.
Be yourself. That's the biggest thing. Just be yourself.
but not too much.
Well, I
Look
mean-
at her talking to you.
Chris, are you really telling me to be myself?
I mean, that's what my mom always told me.
Gardy tells me all the time, "Stop acting like that," and I'm like, "This is me."
Be someone else. Be someone.
I get told by my family that I'm too truthful and that I shouldn't say certain things. I'm like, but it's the truth.
Sometimes the truth hurts, and not everybody is
And-
prepared
and that-
for the
and-
truth.
And that's when I always that's my saying. Like someone's like, man, I said, well, they say the truth hurts, so if it
Yeah.
hurt, it must have been true.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah,
It's in a movie.
there you go.
People ask me all
You
the time
did
if
win.
it hurt when I fell from heaven, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Okay, now you're just trying to pick yourself up. Don't make up
Wow.
lies. Don't make up lies.
Yeah, lying's not good, Kurt. It's 9:36. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. Apparently, it's 50 cent corn dog day at Sonic. And
Heck yeah.
if you go by there, tell them that, hey, you heard it here from Angie Butler. Legacy Collision, KHEA Radio, Santa Fe Water Services sent you to Sonic to go get some 50 cent corn
There you
dogs.
go.
Steve said that he would take corn dogs all the time at Cupcake Cache. I agree with that.
See, Cupcake Cache is the kind of place where you can show up with 50 cent corn dogs, and they're going to be like, welcome home. You know, they'll give you a hug and probably give you a cupcake.
What if? Okay.
The Civic Center in
mind
Clear Lake
idea. Mind
It's not
idea
that kind of
here.
place.
Here it is. You show up to church on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, and they just hand you a corn dog.
See, church is that kind of place.
But it's
Right.
Thursday, so that's a pretty old corn dog there.
no, like we just make corn dogs.
Oh,
Like,
you make corn-
We can fry some corn dogs
Kurt, are you
in the
telling
back.
me I got to pay $1.50? You want me to go to Sonic and pay full price for corn dogs and drive? I don't got that kind of money.
Well, we could probably freeze some of those.
Okay, freeze some corn dogs.
Ooh.
I feel like they might be previously frozen. So if they just don't freeze them and then
Hey,
drop
if
them in
they're-
the fryer.
I'll tell you what, if y'all ever go up to North Texas
Yeah.
and you find an Allsup's gas station, try their corn dogs and their burritos.
Ooh.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, one more thing. Speaking of Cupcake Cache, if you download the KHEA Radio app and you go to Cupcake Cache, you buy a cupcake, you get one for free. So you know what? You only pay for one, you get one for free, and that's in our coupon section on the KHEA Radio Facebook app. So if you don't have it yet, go to your app store, go to the Google Play Store, depending on what kind of phone you have, and then you just search KHEA Radio. We'll pop up, and then you can actually just get some free stuff. So I went to content, coupons, and right now, if you look at that, as I hold my phone up from really far away,
There you go.
you can see the little section where it says, hey, get you one, and then get you another one for free. So shout out to them.
You know, the best part about the app is all of our sponsors are going to be featured inside of the app. We are working. I just wanted to clarify this before people are like, hey, burning down the stake to break down to KHEA and be like, hey, we're not featured in there.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're working on a solution. we have over 30 partners at KHEA Radio.
That's good.
And we probably get a new partner maybe every other week. Like that's just like, hey, I want to sign up. I want to be a part of it. And the way that I was going to build it into the app was going to be really, really difficult for somebody to manage because if we're trying to do it in alphabetical order, then you got to. It was just going to be
you
a
have
lot of
keep
work,
adding
right?
and changing, yeah.
So I think we have a solution. So we're working on it. So please don't burn down the steak. If you like download the app and go to sponsors and only see like 3 people in there, that was just
I would
us
prefer that they
testing
did,
stuff.
because then that shows they care. You know, would you rather have nobody care about that? They're like, we're
Santa
not
Fe
in there.
Water Services.
Yeah, we'd be at the bottom.
Santa Fe Water Services is one of those that we haven't put in the app yet, and so I just don't want Chris to get all upset and angry.
I'm still playing with y'all's app. I hit something the other day and said coming soon. I'm like, then why is it even on here?
I just want to
coming soon because it never comes. Never comes.
The calendar is on its way. I have it figured out now. So here's the other fun part about, and this is probably more information than our listening audience ever wants.
This is the fun part.
Right.
It's no fun at all.
So
nobody
Facebook,
cares. I don't
I'm
even care.
calling out Facebook. Facebook won't let people, like, apps utilize their resources. So like if you wanted to watch Facebook inside of the KHEA radio app, you can't. Because Facebook won't allow you to play videos in another app because they obviously want you using the Facebook app, right? Same thing with events. We tried to tie our events from KHEA
so you
radio.
gotta go and put them all in again.
I have to go manually, and so we're thinking about, we're trying to find a way where maybe it's like create a fake account on Facebook that has like all of the KHEA radio events that ties into a Google Calendar. It's a lot of work. Just pray for us.
What about Ethan? I mean, what is he doing?
We're just trying to get him in.
Yesterday, he's like, "Hey, I can't come in."
I know, he's like, he's never here. He was here like once since I've been here.
No,
and I see him all the time.
Ethan, let's call him. Can we call Ethan? Is your phone connected, ready to go? We can call Ethan. I feel like Ethan's pretty trustworthy. What he'll say on live radio. He's a great kid. He's a great kid. But here lately, I think he's like. I think he's part-time working for like 104 like somebody, and he's just like, hey guys, I can't make it in, and it's probably on during our show, so we don't have the opportunity to check, and he's like, they'll never know.
Probably over at K-Love.
Yeah, which is fine. You know, if he would just tell us and be up front, then we'd be okay. So we're calling intern Ethan.
Man, I feel like, you know, call-in show and everything. I mean, like legit. We're on the big leagues now.
He's not gonna. Ethan.
He can't answer because he's on the air for somebody else. Or he's like, guys, come, I gotta go.
He's whispering real low.
We're going to hear in the background like...
He might be in the bathroom.
Using Santa Fe Water Services.
Okay. If he doesn't answer, we riot.
Ethan,
does it not have a voicemail?
You know...
He's 100% working for another radio station. This is crazy.
Gardy.
The wireless customer you are calling.
He disconnected his number. He blocked us.
Please try again later. El cliente de servicio móvil al que llama no se encuentra disponible.
Oh my goodness. Curt, he's 100% working for another radio station. You know what hurts the most about all this? He didn't just come out and tell us.
Breaking news.
If he just would have came out and tell us, like, guys, you know, one of the big radio stations, they called me, you know?
The big leagues.
Yeah. Are you okay, Curt?
I really think that he's over there contemplating.
I have been good, Gardy.
Up until now?
So we had a show at Furniture Zone, what, a month ago maybe?
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved that show.
Right? It was
Couch
a great
was so
show.
comfy.
It was perfect, right? And afterwards, I'm talking on the phone to Ethan because Ethan was back here at the station. And I was like trying to tell him something. And he asked me what, like 3 times. And I was telling him, like, hey, I didn't fire you today. And he's like, what? And I'm like, hey, I didn't fire you today. And he's like, what? And I finally got like lost. I'm like, you're fired.
In the middle of Furniture Zone.
In the middle of Furniture Zone. And
full of customers.
Everyone like just stops and looks at me and they're like, so I was like, oh, they don't understand. Like, I'm joking. Like, they don't get it. So I like backed off and haven't fired Ethan in a long time.
Yeah, I think that day he got fired like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
But then he got a pay raise.
I backed off.
It was crazy.
Robin said maybe he is just busy. Yeah, maybe he's just busy working at a different radio station.
Yeah.
I might.
I just texted him.
I'm holding back, Gardy. Can I please fire him? Please.
No. We need more information.
I mean, you can get fired on your day off. Well,
his day off from here.
You guys don't fire anybody at Santa Fe Water Services, right?
I try to get fired. No, I can honestly think of only one person maybe was let go, and that was, you know, a long time ago.
See, I feel like being let go is a lot better than being like fired.
It's just a nice way of saying fired.
Asked to leave. We mutually parted ways. There's a lot of different ways.
We just need you to not come back.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we think of our customers, and when you don't treat them correctly.
You know, working retail, sometimes you just stop getting scheduled. You're not
That happened with me on an EMS service I was working for. I'm not going to name it.
Yeah.
But it was some years ago. And I honestly thought, I say it was my fault because part-time, usually when you work part-time in EMS, you kind of give them, here's my days I can work, so forth. Well, some stuff happened, and I was getting my days and he wasn't doing it, so I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm just fired. So I stopped sending in my days, and about 2 months later, I get a letter in the mail. Basically, I was fired through a letter in the mail, and that was the first time I've ever been fired. Only time I've ever been fired, and I framed it. I had it on my wall for years, and it was
like, well, y'all stop scheduling me. What was I supposed to do?
Exactly.
Right?
I thought I was fired a long time ago.
He said company is going in a different direction.
Oh man, you know. So I worked retail whenever I was young. I worked at it was Express, and so they had Express for men. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but anyways, I worked at Express, which is in the mall, and it's a clothing store. But my sister worked there too, so everybody knew my sister, and so I ended up getting hired there like during the holiday season. But then I'm just like, am I working? And I'm just like, so am I fired?
Yeah.
Do I still get a disc? I should probably go and try and get like a discount now and be like, yeah, my employee code is. Keep looking, it's in there.
It's like 0003.
Yeah, it was like 20 years ago, but
the worst time I was fired, and it was awful, like where you feel like the worst kind of fired, was. So I was just graduating college.
You were on The Apprentice, and Donald Trump was like, "You're fired."
No, I was working for a TV station, and I was applying for jobs all over the country, and was in the process of doing it. I had 3 speeding tickets. 3 speeding tickets.
Why were you in such a hurry?
None of them were in a company vehicle. They were all in my personal vehicle.
Hey, that's your own time.
And they said, hey, yeah, you're no longer able to work here because we can no longer afford you. And I was like, what? And they're like,
because you had to drive a company vehicle, a van,
so
right?
Then not only did that happen, but the next day I was supposed to have a job offer working for the TV station that I grew up watching my entire life.
Oh,
like this is the place that I wanted to work, and I was going to be a full-time reporter, and this is what I was going to do after college. They call and go, hey, so we ran your car records, and yeah, we can't hire you either. And I was just like, so I got fired one day, didn't get the job I wanted the next day, and I was like, dang, this is the worst.
See, I think I've had a day where I wish I was fired. Back when up in Vernon when I was a fireman, we had a big, the big 2.5 6x military trucks. Well, that was our grass brush truck, and them things are big. And I did not have my foot on the clutch, and it was in gear, and I went to start it up. Of course, it was cold outside, so we had the door shut. Long story short, the truck went through the bay door.
Oh my goodness!
Its own. It just went, and then it just rolled. It was slow motion, everything, and
slow motion to you, but to everyone else.
The guy in the engine next to me who watched it happen was like, "Dude, that was like the slowest thing I've ever seen," and there was no stopping it. I just wanted to like strip down and leave my uniform on the chief's desk. He came out and he just looked and turned back and walked back in. I was like, yell at me, do something. I was sick.
Did they make jokes about it later?
Oh, they still do. I talked to a buddy the other day up there, and he's like, hey, guess what we talked about the other day? I'm like, the truck. He's like, wow. You know it.
So like it was literally it was like the next day or 2 days later or something after I got fired, and everybody at the campus knew because like I was on TV and all of a sudden I wasn't, and I was, everyone knew what had happened. And we had an awards night for the TV station, and the academic dean was the MC of the event, and there was bad weather. He starts the event by going, yeah, and we're monitoring the weather right now, and if there's ever like bad weather, we'll just jump in the car with Curt because he'll get us away fast enough. And I was just like,
I mean, that's an honor though. I mean, you made it all the way up there.
I was like, dude, low blow.
Yeah, well, like
low blow.
I've had days where I wish I was fired.
So life has always been this way for you. People always say like you have that on your forehead, like I'm that guy. Like it's always been that way.
Yes, even in college, they was like,
okay, good.
Kept on going.
The academic dean calling me out like that. I was like, dude.
Yeah, just slow down, Kurt. This next time, just leave early.
And then he tried to came up to me afterwards. He's like, "That was pretty funny, wasn't it?" And I'm like, "I'm a senior in college. Like, I'm just about ready to graduate. I don't have a job anymore. I just wasted all of my money, and then you're gonna do that? Like, really?"
Well, since you have your driving record, just remember it's click it or ticket, and they definitely are giving out tickets. I don't have one, but I've heard a lot of people on Facebook talking about
seatbelts.
Yes. So make sure you wear your seatbelt for safety and, for, financial reasons.
Right.
You mentioned something earlier, I guess, like a running joke, how it's, and then for you, obviously, that was a running joke. There was a job that I had. It was actually my first job. I was a lifeguard, so I was probably like 15 or 16 years old, right? So this was during the summer. Like, summer is coming down, but it was bad weather. So it was rainy, and we always enjoyed it because then it was like, hey, everybody has to get out of the pool. You can't do nothing. It's thunderstorming. We're not opening up for you. So it was fun. You didn't have to do much. You just hang out with your friends. So one of our friends had brought a hockey stick, and we would play hockey in one of the little covered awnings, right? So if it's raining out there. So we had 2 hockey sticks with a ball. We're going back and forth and, running. Anyways, I accidentally kicked a pillar that was like holding up whatever awning we were on, and my toe went boop, broke and went sideways like that.
Yeah, ain't nothing you can do for a broken toe.
No, there's nothing you can do. And I was just like, it didn't even hurt because it caught me so off guard. And my friend was like, just put it back. Just put it back. I was like, oh, no, I'm not touching it. And they were like, well, just what are you going to do? I was like, I don't know. I'm not going to drive because I had a Standard, my 84 Jeep Cherokee.
Oh,
you know, and so I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. So actually, I just went my parents picked me up being like 15 years old or whatever, and they gave me a shot and the toe went, it went back into place and they just wrapped it up.
Yeah.
That's all they did.
Well, I mean, you're talking about lifeguard, about, safety and all that.
Yeah.
With water, being the summer, water, sports and events and all that. Best thing to do is, be safe. Like you're saying, swim with there's lifeguards, swim with a buddy. Parents, definitely watch your kids. Please watch your kids. And, lock doors, put barriers. I was talking to Anthony, Macaluso.
Yes, sir. Realtor.
Yes, sir. And I was talking to him about houses and stuff like that, he's looking at selling and everything. And he says that ones that, with barricades, or I say fences and stuff around pools, people tend to look at them a lot easier than ones without. Because, safety, neighborhood kids or even their kids. So.
Yeah, because if you're not home, someone goes into your backyard and it's just kids being kids, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like us. We have a above ground pool we put up this summer and take it down during the winter. And we have a ladder and we always make sure, take it out, lay it down. And, sometimes I'll put something on it. That way, it's a little bit harder for the kids to pick up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, yes, definitely be safe.
So right now it's 9:52. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11. Right now we're talking to Chris from Santa Fe Water Services about everything going on this summer, stuff that's going on with Santa Fe Water Services. I know y'all had an event that was for Easter where y'all were feeding some families.
Yes.
How did it go?
It went great. It was our first time doing it. And we, a church right there in Santa Fe or Arcadia, Rock Springs, I believe is what it's called. And they feed families on the weekends, and they have a huge pantry that they, if you're in need or something, you go there and they'll give you what they have and what you need. And it was a good turnout. We had a lot of people drop off food. We filled up. We have the big box trucks that I'm pretty sure people have seen around town, and we filled that up pretty good. And I said the weather was iffy. I think that's what kept a lot of people away. But next year we'll be back, same spot, post office there in Santa Fe, and doing it again.
Yeah.
So it was really good. So
with that event, is there anything else that y'all are maybe planning, wheels are turning for later this year, or are y'all just going to, focus on that one for next year?
Well, that one for sure. There's always things that we're talking about. I'm trying to do a customer appreciation kind of day thing where, we just, out at Rungy Park or something, but that's definitely in the talks, and because, want to make sure everything's legal and,
all the permits, everything else.
So, yeah, definitely. So that's something that we're talking about. But we are right now on our Facebook page. We're doing a free giveaway where if you go, there's a video, and I made it on my phone. I was pretty proud of myself. It was my first one. I was like, hey, I'm like almost Gardy status on making videos here. And it's just
not Kurt. It's not even compared.
Well, you're the one with the phone and all that.
Yeah, with the little one. Yeah, I got you.
But I was pretty proud of it because, like I said, I was on light duty, so I just went out there one day and just did it, and it was. But anyway, so we're giving away Anthony with the arms room. Also, in one of his many hats, hence why I'm wearing one of his hats. He donated for the Easter drive the Arms Room donated a certificate for 4 range fees for free, along with hearing and eye protection and gun rentals. You just pay for your own ammo. Well, my mom won and it wasn't rigged. My mom won. We did a live drawing.
Yeah.
My mom won the basket, and she donated that back to us. So we're doing that. All you got to do is go there. You like the video, share the video, comment, and like our page, and you get your chance up to 2 times, to be in the drawing. And we're going to draw it at the end of the month, so on the 31st, and then whoever wins, we'll give it to them, and then they can go and enjoy a day at the Arms Room.
That'd be fun.
So,
hey, the Arms Room is pretty fun, huh?
Oh yeah.
Do you go? We haven't been to actually shoot
I
in a
want to
long
shoot.
time.
I want to shoot.
I've been wanting to go back. We've gone several times.
Yeah.
But we have a place out in West Texas that a little bit more. We have targets set up to
Freedom.
where we can kind of and that's what I'm waiting on, because ammo ain't cheap.
It's literally the
you
Wild
that.
West out there.
Pretty much. But as a matter of fact, my uncle who owns, him and my brother own San Water Service. Him and my dad are going there this weekend to do some work, and then me and my family are going July 4th.
To do some work.
Oh yeah, deer stands.
Okay.
No.
Do some work.
Me and my family are going to do some work.
Okay.
But now we're going to do feeders on it. But then we're like an hour or 2 from Big Bend, so we're going to go to the Big Bend National Park and hike.
I thought
beautiful.
You were going to London,
That's east.
Big Ben.
Oh no, I'm going to Big Bend National Park.
I thought you were going to go watch the Steelers play. Big Ben.
Yeah, no, I will not watch the Steelers play. No.
Oh, I saw a really funny joke the other day about the Cowboys, and I'm probably gonna get some irk from this, but it was
disappointed.
They waited 8 seasons, and we're still disappointed. They're like, join the club. We've been waiting. You know how long?
Oh yeah. See, I've been on my mean game lately.
You have. You've been working really hard.
I've been doing the GOT ones now that they're done, but before that one came out, they stole it from me. I said San Water Services will not let you down like the writers of GOT.
Yeah.
Because that was, I don't know if y'all watched it, but that was a very
I just thought it was a funny meme. It was hilarious. I was like, oh, Cowboys fans. They always
I
are
used
getting
to be
made
one,
fun.
but then I grew up.
Oh.
To the ching.
Ouch.
But yeah.
Go Cowboys.
Texans.
It's 9:57. We got a couple minutes left. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Like I said, just if y'all have any water issues, you got smelly water, dirty water, or you just want us to come out and test your water, give us a call. Find us on Facebook, San Fe Water Services, and like I said, go there, like the page, like the video, share it, comment. Feel free to give us a call.
All right. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about Falling Tide. I believe we're going to have Lida and some other people that are with the festival as well. It's taking place. It's KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
Real radio.
Are they out there?
There was a gentleman out there.
There's someone walking around. I'll tell you what, I don't know what's going on out there, but that's some fancy seating. I meant to bring that up when I was like, man, I don't even know if I'm allowed to sit.
It's just Kurt's lunch.
Yeah, that's for my lunch today.
Well, I mean,
I set it up like this every once in a while just to make myself treat yourself.
But you don't have no candles. I figured you'd at least have one.
Not yet. He's gonna have one. Turn the lights off.
If I can have a candle, they won't let me, because one time there was an incident.
Yeah.
No. Well.
He's had incidents with water, incidents with fire, incidents with like slime.
And you're
food.
asking Anthony to find you a house? I mean, just stick with an apartment.
Today I'm looking at one at 4 o'clock
Well, good.
in Texas City.
Okay. Well, good.
They won't let us film it, but
So he asked, and the people are like, "No."
yeah.
That's what happened.
Yes.
So it's Anthony showing you?
Yeah, Anthony showed
That's
it.
why you couldn't come on the show with me today. I asked him this morning. I said, hey, I know it's last minute, but you want to go on the show?
He's taking
He
off.
said, no, I gotta do this. I'm like, whatever. And then I'm out in the parking lot. He's driving by to drop off River and honking at me. So I'm like, whatever, Anthony.
Yeah. So we did. Did you see that video we did, like the KHEA House Hunters?
I seen the one that y'all did that day. Me and him were in here, and then
Yes.
y'all did one with Brittany, or
Yes, we did one with Brittany.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to do one with Anthony.
But he doesn't ever come through.
Well, no, it's
Oh,
not
so
that.
it's his fault.
I'm
Okay,
gonna-
he's listening. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
But here's the thing. So,
But
like,
we love him.
He has to find
He
a
is very
house,
lovable.
like a homeowner that's cool. Like this, like, yes, you can film the house.
Well, just go to his house and film it like you're buying it.
That is a possibility. We could do
I
that.
am buying. Secretly, I'm buying his house. And he doesn't know.
He's done a lot of work to that house.
Secretly, I'm moving into his house.
He can stay.
And he has a chicken coop.
I'm just waiting for Texas to update the laws like California, where if you live in the house, then they can't kick you out of the house.
Squatter rules? No.
Yeah.
Texas will never do that.
I know, but I'm just waiting for it so then I can squat inside of his house. and then it'd be mine.
You'd literally be squatting in that chicken coop for long enough to where you're like, you can't kick me out. I've been here for like 3 weeks.
There you go. Yeah.
You owe me rent. You just have like fire cooking chicken like over the fire in the back. And he's like, where'd all my chickens go? Yeah, eggs, chicken.
Hey, and he has some cows now too. So there you go. You got a whole
got
breakfast.
beef.
There you go. That's what's for dinner.
You could be singing the classical music to them and be
There
like,
you go.
Anthony, you're welcome. These are actually worth more now.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kobe.
Kobayashi.
Not, yeah. Yes, Kobayashi. It's a Kobe Wagyu. I don't know.
Yeah,
USDA Prime. Kurt sang to brisket.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Christopher.
No
we
problem.
appreciate it.
Hey,
No problem, gentlemen.
We'll see you soon. We're going to talk about Falling Tide, some music coming up. It's a festival. It's going to be awesome.
Good.
And we're going to be learning about it. So Lida messaged me yesterday and was like, hey, I'm going to be on the show tomorrow. We're like, yes. We were hoping that you would be. We weren't for sure. But Lida will be in. Lida Plummer. She's a local musician from Galveston, Texas. She's been on our program a couple times. Very talented. I'm wondering if she brought her guitar. I'm wondering if she... Kurt's giving me the finger to wait. Okay, I will wait. I'm wondering how this is going to go. But from what we understand, I believe some of the people who are putting on the event are going to be here. And they may have reached out to a couple of the musicians who are going to be playing to come in as well. I know for sure Lida said, hey, I'm in. I said, be here 5 minutes early for 10 o'clock because we're going to be getting into it. But hey, let me know, what do you guys got going on today? Earlier, and I think in the description, Kurt was asking people, when's your birthday? Because he wants to start a birthday club. I think he saw it on his TV station that he worked for at his first job, and he thought it was a great idea, which it could be. We're going to find out, but we're open to new segments. We're open to anything. But if y'all think of a segment as well, then let us know. Like I see Colleen Merritt on, Shauna Lamarck is one of the segments we do on social media. So Shauna Lamarck actually is going to be dropping on Monday, Tuesday, Saturday. I don't know. We're still up in the air about that due to the holiday. But we're going to be filming it tomorrow. And if y'all are curious where it's going to be, it's a local place in Lamarck. It has to do with fishing. So we already focused on underwater grain fishing lights, which was awesome. I really enjoyed filming that one. Chris was actually in studio yesterday, and he was sharing about the business, how they can deck out your dock, how they can deck out your boat and make it the best one in the whole neighborhood, right? They also do a bunch of stuff with LEDs. So that was our fishing, chipping the ice. And now we're going to break into this thing where we're going to be focusing on everything that has to do fishing with the next Shauna Lamarck. We're going to be filming it tomorrow. That's the tease. It has to do with fishing. So let me know. Are y'all interested? Does anybody like fishing? We really like focusing on fishing. But, we have our guests in studio now, and we're going to be getting into everything that's going on. It's going to be exciting. So, hey, what's up, Lida?
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Hey, I saw the Bathing Beauty review. What was it called? That looked fun, huh?
Yeah, the beach review for
Beach
the
review.
Bathing Beauties. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did that last weekend.
Yeah, and you were on Fox. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was on 3 different Houston news stations. It was so cool.
Mm-hmm. How was that like walking in? Is it overwhelming in a TV studio like that? Or
Yeah, it was weird. It's not anything you expect. I don't know if y'all have been to a TV studio, like a news studio, but it's down this little maze hallway, and you go way back in the depths of it, and then you go in this little dark room, and then it opens up, and you're like, whoa. They don't see outside at all.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
We can't either. We've been begging.
Right. Okay,
We've been
yeah.
begging for them to
We want a
tear down a
window.
wall so that we can see outside and just, see what it's like. Because we're like, hey, it could be raining, but we don't know.
So Kurt used to
Right,
work
right.
in the news industry, but not for a real station like Fox 26. He works for Fox 42 in Nebraska, which is it's Nebraska news, right? Fox 26, that's real
it's
news.
legit. Yeah, it's legit.
Look at his face.
Wow.
Aw. I'm sure Nebraska's real too. Can I adjust this?
Yeah,
Or is it okay
wherever
that?
you want it.
Wherever you feel comfortable. And you guys can put on the headsets if you want. I
You
see
don't have
that
to.
you have your hat on. That might be
Yeah.
really difficult to do.
No, you can leave it on, whatever you want.
Okay.
What's your name?
Matthew Wyatt.
Matthew. How are you doing today?
Very good, sir.
Good, good. So I got a message from Lida yesterday. And she was like, hey, I'm going to be on the show. And after talking to Kurt, I was like, we were hoping that you would be on the show.
I kind of already knew, though. He's like, well, Lana's coming. I'm like, yeah. He goes, you didn't know, did you? I'm like, I knew. I knew. I scheduled it.
Aw.
So,
Sorry.
yeah, I feel like I should know everything that goes on here.
I thought,
But this
What
is
if
what
I
he
wanted it
does.
to be
This
a
is what I
surprise?
have to live with, and y'all can just keep me in prayer. Kurt, like, we have a schedule. It's a Google Calendar, and it works well whenever people utilize it. So it just says, like, Second Annual Falling Tide Music Festival. But in there, whenever I put something in the schedule, I say, hey, Matthew Wyatt's going to be on. Hey, Lyda Plummer's going to be on. And, like, in the notes, and it's detailed. I'm writing, like, a whole
Right.
summary, even, like, questions I'm going to ask, like what we talked about last time Lyda was in. And for Kurt, it's just like, that's it, you know? So, anyways,
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
feel like it's easy. Like,
I'm hiring for a new co-host.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, so Lyda,
What's
Matthew.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
you're lucky there's a desk. No, I'm just
So let's see. We're going to let another song play, and then we'll go on the FM as well. So we're streaming
Sweet.
on Facebook as well. And you kind of know the routine, right?
Yeah, I don't know where the cameras are. There's one here, but I feel like there's one back here.
There's one
There's
right
one
there, and then there's one in front of Gardy, like right here
Oh.
on the
Okay,
computer
yeah, got
monitor,
you.
and then there's one right here in front of me.
There's so many
So
cameras.
there's 4, and that all came from our share-a-thon that you were
Thanks to you.
a part of.
Yeah, because I came on and people donated like thousands of dollars after they heard me sing one song.
That is true.
It was amazing.
I didn't see. Where's your guitar?
It's in my car.
You should have brought it.
I should have brought it in. I didn't know. Sorry.
Well, we figured like you every time that you're on, you're just gonna sing for us, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I almost did bring it in, honestly, but I was like, today we're talking about this.
But
whole
you're gonna
thing.
be singing at that.
And you're on the
Yeah.
billboard.
I'm on the billboard.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
I did.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know. My sister-in-law's like, dude, your mom put you up on a billboard. I was like, what? No? What do you do? Because my mom, like, she's my manager, so she does everything. But I was like, what are you talking about, a billboard? Like, I thought it was for the bathing beauty, so I
Yeah.
thought it was just a picture of random girls, you know? But then, like, I drove past it, and it's like Lyda Plummer. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm on a billboard. That is so cool. It's like the biggest thing that's happened to me yet, so.
Literally huge. And so if you're heading to
Huge.
Galveston, you can't miss it, right?
You can't miss it. I'm right there. Promoting.
Looking cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Playing the guitar that's in the car.
Yeah.
So Falling Tide Music Festival is taking place when?
June 8th.
June 8th. So it's coming up quick. That's definitely a Saturday because on the 7th,
It's a Friday night, and there's an event that we're gonna be a part of for that
our buddies Roland
Roland.
record release is
Yes.
that evening.
Yes.
I think at Warehouse Live.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So then on the 8th is going to be Falling Tide. Share, I guess, where did the idea for Falling Tide come from?
Falling Tide kind of evolved from the company Rise Surf. I run and operate Rise Surf Company, and for the longest time, we used to throw parties just for fun.
Mhm.
And as I got older and had children, things of that nature, we kind of fell off throwing the parties. And then last year, we just decided that we were going to get back on that bandwagon, and what better way than to throw a music festival?
So that was the first one last year.
Yes,
And this is it's the second annual Falling Tide Music Festival.
absolutely.
Where is it at?
It's going to be at the Nestler Park at the Rotary Pavilion is where the performers will be.
Okay, cool.
That's a pretty nice facility. Like the Rotary Park, it's got a little pavilion awning, and it sounds really cool.
Yeah, it has nice acoustics. The good thing is the stage is set up directly in front of a large cement floor that we'll call like a dancing standing room area.
Yeah.
And then it backs up to a large hill that's about 40 feet tall, so we can have a lot of people standing or sitting on the hill enjoying the musicians as they play.
Boom, that sounds fun. So how many musicians are there going to be?
Ooh, I actually brought a list. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 musical acts coming to the event.
Every hour, or
We're doing
9 an hour? Like,
Yeah, we're
that's a lot.
doing 50-minute sets for everybody, so we can have a lot of musical people there, and people can experience a lot of people playing different styles of music.
Okay, here's one thing. So we were at we helped MC the San Leon Oyster Festival that took place not too long ago, right? And
Right.
It was great. The only thing, they didn't give time for setup and breakdown. So they wanted us and me to kind of be like, okay, keep this on track. I was like, sure, I can do that. So it's like, oh, you're playing for 1 hour. And I was like, no, it should have been like 50 minutes, 45 minutes, even like give 15 minutes for setup, breakdown. Like there wasn't a stage manager. So I have I know a little bit about music, like background. And so I was like, okay, I got this, I can do this. So I was like talking to people, be like, hey, we're gonna have to cut everybody's set short. Are there any divas here?
Aw.
Like, are there any divas here?
Yeah.
But is there room for setup and breakdown in there?
Absolutely. We
Okay, good.
hired a stage company to come in.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically plug and play. So the artist is going to bring up their musical instruments as far as their guitars, keyboards, things of that nature, but
Yeah.
we're going to have a house drum set, And the only thing they have to bring is their own cymbals.
So it's all backlined.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Good to go. Hey, that's smart. I love it. So we got 25 seconds, and we're going to go on.
Sorry, I thought it was a good applause thing.
That's a good time to
I thought
clap.
that was a moment.
It's a good time to clap.
I thought it was a good moment.
Yes. So, okay, 18 seconds. And if you're watching on Facebook, feel free to share this out. And if you haven't yet, download the KHEA radio app. It dropped about a week ago. We're super excited about everything it's going to be able to offer in the future, but you can stream us from anywhere right now. So here we go. ALCC.org. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I am Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And
See, I did it that time. I was like, but that time I was engaged in it. Like I wasn't doing something else. I just thought it was funny. So we do this thing. Everyone's like, what the heck is going on? We do this thing where every time it's like Kickstart and I'm Curt, but sometimes I'll just be like over here and be like I'm Curt, like I'm not even like it just is a habit thing.
He sounds depressed. He's like, and I'm Curt, like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh or something.
It's just become a habit thing, right?
Or I catch him off guard, like he's over here at the computer, and he's like, and I'm Curt, you know, kind of like that. So he was just playing it up. We were talking about it right before y'all came in, so again, we're sorry.
I like it.
So we have Matthew Wyatt
Yes,
and
sir.
we have Lyda Plummer here in studio talking about the Falling Tide Music Festival. So why the name Falling Tide? Where does that come from?
It's the polar opposite of Rise Surf.
Oh, and Rise Surf is your company.
Yes, sir.
So-
What is Rice Surf?
Okay, that's kind of a complicated question.
That's what he likes.
I like the complicated stuff.
I started it when I was 18 years old, but before I started that company, I started two other ones, and then I fell into trademark infringements, so I had to come up with a new name.
What was the name that's trademarked?
Underground Surfing Generation X was the first name.
And that had a trademark on it?
This Underground had the problem.
Okay.
And then came up with Shark Bait was the second one, which I'm glad that one fell through because it's a terrible name. But then Rise Surf came about when I was 18, and it was inspired actually by a POD song.
Ah, yes.
So the
other day we were talking about POD, and Curt was like, "Oh, I love Puddle of Mud," and I was like, "Curt,
my gosh, I mean, you're never gonna let that down. You've literally brought it up like 8 times since I did it.
Southtown and She Hates Me." I was like, these are like two totally different bands, not even the same letters, but it was funny, and yeah. So it was inspired by a POD song.
yes, sir.
So is that what you kind of grew up listening to?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And are you from Galveston or where are you from?
Born and raised in Texas City.
Okay, cool. Well, that's same thing. Well, not really. I guess if you're from Galveston, then Lyda, you're from Galveston,
I'm
right?
from Galveston, yeah.
And so if someone from Texas City was like, "Oh yeah, same thing," it's not, right?
I mean, it's so close. I don't know what's the same thing. I have no idea. I guess.
Well, people that I have met that are from Galveston, you know, there's the BOI, Born on the Island. I'm from Galveston. No, you don't understand. You're a mainlander, right? Some people have that passion and the attitude about it.
They're just over dramatic about it. They just
Yeah.
want to represent Galveston, and you're not allowed if you're from 10 minutes away. You know what I mean? Like
Sometimes.
even Tiki Island is like Galveston, but
Yes.
it's not.
Right.
It's not. You know. So I mean, I don't know. People freak out. They're like, "That's not Galveston. That's Tiki." I'm like,
Right.
it's basically the same thing, but okay.
It's like super fancy.
Yeah.
I like Tiki Island. I used to work around in as a technician, so I'd be just being like going around and looking at those sweet houses and fancy boats and stuff. It's really nice over there. But right now we're talking about the second annual Falling Tide Music Festival that's taking place. Lyda, you're going to be one of the musicians. So is that an easy decision? Like whenever somebody asks you, do you want to be a part of this event? I mean, how hard of a decision is that for you to make?
It wasn't hard at all because he's pretty enthusiastic about my music, and I don't even remember who reached out to who first. I'm sorry. Like my mom does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, so I don't know if y'all reached out to her, she reached out to you, but either way, he was enthusiastic. He's like, of course, you know, we want Lyda. She's amazing and talented. And I was like, that's so nice, because most people are just like, cool, a musician, let's hire her. But he actually like looked me up and stuff, and I was like, wow, it means a lot, you know, that he actually is like, let's get her because she's good, instead of just she plays guitar, let's get her, you know. So
You heard her on the Share-a-thon, right? That's where you exact.
Just say yes.
Absolutely. right after my donation.
All right,
Yes.
yes. Good answer. Good answer.
Cool. I like this guy. He can come back as many times as he wants.
Yeah. So Rise Surf, what all did y'all focus on? Was it actually like surf products or was it more events?
Well, when I was 18, we met up with the guys from Print This in San Marcos, and they taught us how to print shirts. And we really started just making some T-shirts. And then our kind of shtick was we would drive around San Marcos is where I was living at the time. We'd find house parties, and we'd go in there and we'd sell all of our T-shirts.
Oh, wow.
And that's kind of how we got started.
That's a
cool.
really good idea.
It is. Yeah, and if it looks cool, it feels good, and people want to buy something or support. Yeah, that's really cool. So you started that entrepreneur. I guess your journey started there.
Absolutely, and the end goal was to have a factory to make surfboards.
Okay. Did you ever start making the surfboards?
Yes, sir. That's what we do now.
Okay, cool. And I guess I've only surfed like 2 times in my entire life, and I'm no good. But we do know a lot of people who do surf, and they are good. But I know there's like long boards, short boards. Like, is there something that you focus on? You kind of like, is it custom, or how does that go?
We have a line of surfboards, but our selling point is customs. Like, you can call us with specifics, and we can make that happen. And then we also push for every surfboard should be a piece of art. So we try to make everything look absolutely beautiful.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you make pink ones?
I actually took a picture of one that I haven't shown anybody yet, and I was
Oh.
hoping I
Can
could
you show
you.
us?
Absolutely.
Put that right up to the camera there.
All right. So this one is one we're working on. It's actually a local artist board, Sophie, and she does extremely nice things. And then here's kind of a rough shot of what it's going to look like.
Oh, wow. That's really nice.
So we painted
Pretty
the
good.
nose, and then we put 3 black stripes on it.
Is she on there? Is that a picture? What's that in the middle?
That's actually one of her paintings that
Oh,
we
wow.
digitized, and we printed it on the fiberglass and put it on the surfboard itself.
That's beautiful.
Our friend Brock Dumois, he owns a wakeboard
Doomswell.
Doomswell. Yeah.
yes.
And so we had him on before, and he was kind of walking us through some of the process. But how long have you been doing? Because we found it's not easy. It's it's a process and a journey.
It's very hard. It took a long time, and I actually know Brock. And the way we met was extremely interesting coincidence. I was in a corner store by my house in Friendswood when I lived in Friendswood, and I saw a guy in there with a surf shirt. So I always hand people business cards if you're wearing a surf shirt.
Yeah.
And it was Brock, and he was like, "Oh man, I own Doomswell." I was like, "Well, where do you live?" And he lived like a block away from me. So that's how we kind of met and became friends.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And there's no animosity because he does wakeboarding and you do surfboarding, and they're 2 different things, right?
There would be no animosity even if we did the exact same thing. It's kind of I'm a full-time firefighter, so it's
Where at?
Texas City.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And even if they did the exact same thing, I'm just glad surfboards are being made stateside, and like we have the local shapers making the boards, and that's kind of our pushes. It doesn't matter if you buy a board from us, just buy a locally shaped surfboard.
Do you have any animosity to the Hitchcock Fire Department?
Were you at the Texas City firefighter games?
I was there Friday night
Okay.
because I was on duty, and I showed up in my dress uniform and all that good stuff. And then, unfortunately, Saturday I wasn't able to participate because I had a drill for the Coast Guard.
Oh, awesome.
I was wondering who, like all the firefighters that were there at the firefighter games, like who's back at the firehouse? Like what's going on? If there's a fire, nothing hopefully happened. I don't know if it did or not, but like you were back at the firehouse, like having to work?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, we're not going to let our guard down to play some games.
Everybody has some fun. Well, we had fun. We were there, and we were able to judge the fajitas and judge the chicken during the cook-off. So it's always good. We did that last year, too. So
Who took it?
I don't know. They didn't tell us. Like, so when we judge, we're not allowed to talk about it. It's very serious doing like a cook-off judging competition. We didn't know last year, and we got chewed out because we're just like, haha, like looking at each other's answers, kind of like I was erasing, which I thought that was okay. I'm like, oh, this one's way better than that one. They're like, no, don't change your answers. Stop eating the cheese. There's like this stuff that you eat between. There was a lot of stuff that went on.
Oh, my
But-
goodness. How did you get to be a judge?
So we had Chris with United Way, and then we've had Mr. Rubio, and then we also, like, this was last year. They came in and they were talking about everything that was going on, and they asked us, and we said, oh, yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
And so then again, this year we were talking to Chris again, with the United Way and the fire chief as well, and they were like, yeah, please come do it. So that's how
That's cool. I want to be a judge so bad at some point in life.
anything.
It's
Just
easy.
so, yeah, because I've been put down so many times. Like, if there's a group of 10, I'm always like the 11th that doesn't make it,
You're going to be Simon Cowell, like of
Yeah.
anything, like the cook-off.
So once I finally get to be a judge, I'm going to be like, that's the worst, absolute, disgusting.
Chicken wing I've ever
What?
See, I was gonna ask you. You were in the swimsuit
yeah,
contest,
yeah,
right?
that's what-
And you were one of the featured like people that I saw a bunch of pictures. You had this photo shoot and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. The people who I saw winning weren't in those photo shoots or anything like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Some animosity there. Like, oh, you're not as good. You weren't in the photo shoot like I was in the photo shoot.
Right. Yeah. No, I think it's good that like I didn't place. You know, it was my first year doing it, and it's weird to do a bathing suit competition because you're literally being judged on your looks, which is weird to me because it's usually my voice that I'm being judged on. But it was a lot of fun. I met a lot of people, and it was a cool experience. But I mean, I think it was cool that I got to be on the news, you know, and I got to do all the photo shoots. Like I didn't place, you know, top 10 or top 5 or win anything, but like I got to do all these other cool things being a part of it, you know? So it was okay. But yeah, I feel you. I get you.
Animosity. I'd be like, "Ah, you don't even know.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like it was a lot of fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
But did you have to take like a break from music during that time, or just kind of switch the focus a little bit?
Yeah, it was. Well, I couldn't book any gigs for last weekend. You know, after I got accepted into the competition, I was like, okay, this is all bathing beauties. But it was like so stressful. I was telling him, I was like, it took all my time from January until last weekend because like they, you know, like I entered and then I got accepted, and then it was like all this promotion we had to do, and then it was like I bought 3 different bathing suits to choose from, and they actually chose for me. So I don't know, it was a lot of work to do it. But yeah, I did have to like not book any gigs last weekend.
Yeah.
So whatever.
And now the focus is back on music,
yeah.
right?
Well, she didn't even bring her guitar in
Okay,
today.
well, it's in my car. So
Keeps it on her.
Yeah, I keep it on me. Keep it on me.
Just in case, you never
Yeah.
know, right? Okay. So Matthew, we're talking about the Falling Tide Music Festival, and we talked about, I guess, like is Rise Up, right?
Rise Surf.
Rise Surf, and how that kind of spun into putting on events from making, you know, the T-shirts, and then started making surfboards, and then you started putting on like promotional events, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, and that can be a lot. Putting on even like a small event, a big event, it's a lot of work, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a team around you that kind of helps make it possible, or is it just you?
I have people who help out dramatically, absolutely. Without that, I tried to tackle the whole event last year, and it was overwhelming. You're just constantly swimming in work, writing emails, calling people, and you almost make people mad because you don't have enough time to do everything that needs to be done. So I learned my lessons last year, and we hired some people this year.
Okay.
So it's going to be dramatically smoother and better managed.
Is that one of the, I guess, the main things that you learned? Because anytime you do something, you learn, you know, good and bad, like, hey, this is awesome, we can do this more. Is that what you learned, I guess, and you took to improve this year?
Absolutely. Yeah, delegate.
Yeah. Delegate. I like that. I try and delegate with Curt, but then he just waits till the last minute. Sometimes.
I don't know. No, not all the time.
Not all the time.
Hey, by the way, speaking of not waiting to the last minute, we need music for our event that we're hopefully going to be doing in September. So be thinking of like some musicians.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Yeah.
and maybe we could like
Yeah,
steal like
Just
like
take the list here. Let me just take a picture of the list. Yeah.
Rip it out of his notebook, and he's like, "Where did my list go? I don't know who's performing anymore."
Yeah.
Be funny.
Yeah. So you, Gardy, used to be in a band.
Yes.
Like punk emo.
Right.
Have you ever listened to his music?
No, I can't find it.
Tiger Party. All
Okay,
one word.
he's got like
lowercase.
one picture when he was like 17 and some baggy jeans, some straightened hair. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's
So
on iTunes.
That's awesome.
So I was in junior high, like I'm 33. So I was in junior high like 99, you know, 2000. And so for me, like I listened to like ska and punk rock music back then, and like POD, like Southtown had just came out, you know, a couple years before around that. And then from there, it went
Oh my god.
it went into some into like the other. But anyways, yeah, I lost my train of thought when it started.
Sorry.
Doing that,
I
But
just-
like, you still play? Or
yeah, well,
write?
I
or-
play. Oh yeah, I write, and I play at church now.
Yeah,
so I play
see
here.
that. Yeah, that's really cool.
But like my band, yeah, we actually have a text group,
Mm-hmm.
and with my friends and everybody, like one person lives in Pennsylvania, someone's like in College Station, one buddy lives in like Manville, so and then Houston. So it's just kind of everybody moves on. So like you said, whenever you were younger, hey, you were able to throw those events and those parties. Then as time goes on, just everybody moves into different phases, but you still want to do something,
Absolutely.
right?
Well, one of the headliners, To Whom It May, they're pretty good. They're like punk rock, right? Wouldn't you say that? I don't even know. I'm sorry, but they sound punk rock to me. So
Yeah, they're definitely a rock and roll band.
yeah, they're really good. I like them. They hate me, but that's okay.
Why do they hate you?
I'm just kidding. I've only met him like a few times. I think it's just because I'm so dramatic and I call him out all the time, and they're like, "Oh my God, can you please?" And I'm just like, "Sorry, I'm just kidding."
Hey, that thought reminds me. Are you excited about the Jonas Brothers getting back together?
Oh my God. Dude, okay,
Look
so
at his face. Do you see his? Did you literally? It was just kind of like this, like.
okay, well,
This is where this radio interview is
look,
going.
don't judge me. They were my first favorites when I was 13. Everybody has to have their favorite boy band at some point in life. and
Mine
they were
was
mine.
Backstreet Boys.
I was more of an NSYNC guy,
Okay,
for
all
being
right.
honest.
Okay.
So I grew up with the Jonas Brothers, and that's who I was like super in love with. And then I was 17. I got to kind of meet them, and they were jerks. And I was like, oh my God, they broke my heart.
And
they,
Taylor Swift, so there's that.
They broke up that same year anyway, so it didn't matter. But then when they got back together, I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? Am I going to go see them and love them again, or am I just like going to move on? And I'm like, I'm going to go see them again. I have to.
Right.
I still have like 16 shirts that I have to wear, so might as well.
Yeah, get some use out of them.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
super excited.
Hey, I saw a cover that you posted. Speaking of like years ago, and you're like, hey, this is my first cover.
Oh,
I believe it was a
no.
Taylor Swift song, right?
Why are you talking?
Because that's what they have me here for.
Wait, did
Yeah.
you sent me that link, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that we can
It
We're gonna
was-
post it. Actually,
play
I think
the
we're gonna
video
play it right now.
right?
You can see the progress.
No.
Okay, I was like 17. I didn't even play guitar when I posted that. It was just voice.
Well, I was looking at the video, obviously, but it sounded good. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. You don't have to lie, but it's all right. Thank you.
It was good. It takes a lot of courage to, especially, not even playing guitar. You're just there like doing an a cappella cover
Oh,
of
God.
Taylor Swift.
I was
That
like,
was the only reason why I never made it in this industry. Because I
Instruments.
really wanted to be on American Idol, but you
course.
have to sing a cappella in order to get like through the judges. I'm like, there's no way. I need to have the background music and the person singing along with me.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
the
in
whole
order for me
band.
to sound good. You
He
know.
needs a grand piano and auto tune, and then he's good to go.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I need, and then I'd be great. I would be a superstar. I would be just like Jessica Simpson.
oh yeah, for sure. That was my goal too. So I'm working
Yeah.
on it.
Matthew, do you play any instruments, or have you been more of like a promoter, or do you play music as well?
I play guitar and ukulele.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
Ukulele, what kind of songs? Because it's a very specific sound. What kind of songs can you play on the ukulele?
A lot of Pepper and Sublime.
There you go. Yeah, I like that. I guess that's almost like a reggae
Absolutely.
sound. Yeah,
Very cool.
that's cool. So what did you grow up listening to? Because I'm getting, Pepper, Sublime, and then, threw in the POD reference as well earlier. Is that kind of where you were into back then? Or are you still into it now, I suppose?
Yeah, I still have very similar taste to when I was a child. I love rock music. POD, Deftones, Seven Dust. That's kind of where I dig in.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no real bounds to music. I love classic country. I even like the new pop country. It's terrible to say out loud, but I do. Zach Brown band's one of my favorites, and then two other bands that I really, really like is Little Hurricane.
Okay.
You know who they are?
I haven't heard them yet.
Man, look them up. They're worth a look because their musical style and everything that fits in very well with what you do.
Oh wow. Okay. I've never heard of them, so I'll
No?
look them up. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Whenever
Yes.
you book an event like this, do you book for your taste, or are you booking for like a little bit of everything?
Last year, I literally went down like my Pandora list and I shot emails to every band on my Pandora list, and that's how we got Little Hurricane, and we got Lincoln Durham last year, which were kind of the bigger name bands.
Wow, that's cool.
But this year, I really tried to find local Texas artists and people that were from Texas because when we look out, there's talent everywhere. But I kind of want to look in our state and highlight the people that are making music and making our culture and show them off to the world.
Cool.
So to walk us through what the event is and like how people is it ticketed and how do people go about and what's all going to be there? Because
Okay.
it starts at 2, right?
Absolutely. All right, so it's a free event. All you have to do is show up, which is super fun. Miss Plummer is going to actually open the event at 2, and we got a company to sponsor us for 144 kites. So as soon as the event starts, we're just going to start handing kites to everybody. Because as the stage is set up, you have the stage, the dance floor, and then the hill. And then we have 15 acres of land behind that we could use for, our own enjoyment. So that's kind of what we're going to do is just kind of get people outside. It's a pet friendly. It's right by the skate park. And last year we had it on 6th Street, and it was fun because everybody brought their skateboards and, just 35 people skateboarding up and down the road kind of looks cool at a music event. So everybody bring your skateboard when you come. It's also right by the water park in Texas City. And although the admission's not free, it's June 8th. It's going to be hot. I think it's worth the $4 or $6 admission fee to get in there and go down the water slides.
Yeah.
Cool. How do you keep that event free? Do you have like sponsors and partners?
We did. Texas City is our biggest sponsor, and they just are kind of using it to highlight all the events and the parks and the things that Texas City has to offer to the public, and we're just trying to draw people in and show off the city a little bit.
Nice.
The second band, Zero Detail, is going to start at 3 right after her, and then at that set, we're going to give away 100 Frisbees, just trying to keep people
That is so cool.
mobile and moving around. And
Are you happy with the kites, or do you kind of wish you could trade for the Frisbees?
I love both. Well,
Okay.
actually, I'm scared of frisbees. When they come at me, I'm like, instead of catching, I try to block. But
Yeah.
kites are fun. I've only ever flown once in my life. but-
Yeah, I think kites is going to be visually, better than. But Frisbees is going to be fun, and that is the activity. Getting people to move around. That's awesome. That's a great idea. I've never seen that other than like, hey, there's a giant beach ball. You know which kind of festivals we'll do, but then everybody is going to be able to do something.
absolutely.
It's so cool.
Yeah, we need to get some beach balls. That's a good idea.
Yeah, for the
Let me
third
write
set.
that down real quick.
We'll give you 2 seconds to write it down. And then you have to get, because we came up with the idea, they have to be beach balls with the KHEA logo on it.
Do you have those?
No.
Okay, well, I'm just kidding.
We have a marker
KHEA. There
and
you go.
time. We have markers and time, and so we can make it happen.
There
Write
you
it
go.
on.
We'll just write it on there. All
That's
right.
awesome.
So with those 2 things, are there other things that y'all are going to be incorporating as well? Kites and Frisbees.
Absolutely. We're going to have kind of a gaming activity center, the ladder golf where you throw the golf balls with ropes.
Yeah.
We're going to have a few sets of that. We're going to have 4 bocce courts, cornhole, and like I'm saying, it's right next to the skate park. It's right next to Nestler Park itself, and then it's right by the water park. So there's plenty of activities while you're at the festival.
So they'll be able to hear the music. Like if they wanted to go swim and do all that, I mean, the music's right there, right?
Yeah, if you go to the pool's behind the stage. So
Okay.
I'm not sure you'll be able to hear the music there, but
Yeah.
just pick who you want to watch and go to the pool.
Take a break. You can watch Lida, and then the next band, and then take a break whenever you want to, and then come back. Hey, I'm cool and ready to play some more, have some fun.
Absolutely.
What about food? Is there going to be any food or vendors there?
Absolutely. We are going to have a whole boatload of vendors and food trucks.
Awesome.
I'm so excited now. That's like the best thing ever.
The best thing about playing first is that you get your set done. People are excited to get in, and then it's going to be kites and everything else that's going on, right? But then you're just like, okay, now I can relax. Now I can have fun. And now I can eat all the food trucks, play all the
real,
games
yeah.
and everything else.
No, I'm really excited. I had no idea there was going to be kites or frisbees till today when he told me out there. And I was like, oh, that sounds so cool. So
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I actually have 3 gigs that day,
Really?
which is crazy.
How do you handle 3 gigs?
I don't know. I've never done it before. So I'll let you guys know on the 8th.
What time are the other ones?
So in the morning, I'm going to be playing at World Ocean Day in Galveston. It's on the East End, like the beach pavilion. I don't actually know what time my set is. I think it's like 10:30, 10:45. It's really bad that I don't know my set time. And then I'm going to be coming up here before 2. Well, I booked like the first set that there was so I could make it to this one because I already had this one booked.
Yeah.
And then Art Walk in Galveston is that evening and it starts at 6 p.m. So I'll be singing it on Post Office Street. So 3 gigs. We'll see how it goes.
Cool. Sounds fun.
We saw someone earlier, Amber Nicole Kilgift says she wants to promote her gallery. Is that also in Galveston? Does anyone know?
Amber Nicole, I can't pronounce your name right now. I want to be on the show to promote my gallery so bad. Hey, let us know. Send us a message or just post a link to your page so we can check it out.
I thought it was a good tie-in
Yeah.
because of the art.
Yeah,
walk.
there's lots of really cool galleries in Galveston and they're very like music promotions. So it's really cool. They promote me.
Down by Mod Coffee, there's
Yeah.
actually a lot of places that
That's
people...
where her gallery is. Yeah, it's like right down there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much to do. We need to get to Galveston more often. There's so much to do musically, artistically, art show wise. There's a lot to happen down
For
there.
real. You guys
Yeah.
should come out and check out Art Walk. It's every 6 weeks. see a
You
lot.
play mod. I've seen you play, like even post pictures and videos of you playing in front of mod.
Yeah.
And there was another gentleman that you were playing with because I guess you're a singer-songwriter, so you don't normally play with the band. Like, you can show up with your guitar and you're good to go. You can do your set, right? But you were playing with another guy who was kind of playing lead over your songs.
That's my like really good friend Hossie. He's played with me since I was like learned my first 2 chords that I told you about. I was just learning guitar, and I met him, and he's like, you should come jam with us. I'm like, I don't know how to play really. He's like, just come on, and he's like supported me ever since. So we try to get together and jam like once a week, and he's just like the most talented musician I've ever heard. He's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So I asked him if he'd be free that night to just join me for fun, and he's like, yeah. So.
You didn't ask me.
I've never heard you play.
You shouldn't have to. You should just know to ask.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm there. I can sing underneath of you.
Okay.
I can sing over the top of you. I mean, whatever you.
He's like, I'll take the lead. Follow me.
I'll play the
my
bango.
song.
I'll play the lap.
Spoons. He can play his abs.
Okay. I need some percussion, so we'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Finally, I get a gig.
Have you thought about going, full band?
Yeah, I have. Galveston is just very small, and there's like the same 3 people. Do you know what I mean? So it's really hard to like form a band there, especially since the same 3 people are already in a band together. So I feel like I need to branch out a little bit more to find different people.
What would you need? Just like a bass player and a drummer?
Yeah.
And then probably.
Yeah, for sure. I need like a bass player and a drummer for now.
And then I think, it may be a little late, but Falling Tide is probably set up for it. Maybe like next year, obviously whenever you're comfortable and want to do it. But I think that'd be cool to see Lyda full band. It'd be fun.
It would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. You could do a lot.
I'm
Kurt has some
thinking
ideas,
in a
and he's
year-
ready.
I'm thinking in
Kurt's
a
ready to jump in the
year,
band.
she's gonna be like the headline act at like 9 o'clock with the big band.
Yes.
Hey, so can you share about the billboard? Because I guess Lyda didn't know, and the billboard is up promoting the event, the festival, and Lyda's on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's technology is amazing, and just Google searched electronic billboards, and it's so easy to set up with the dimensions and all that. So I just asked her for some pictures that she'd be okay with me using for promotional ads.
You didn't tell her exactly what the promotion was.
I don't remember.
No, you didn't. You didn't say billboard, but like you made the video. He made like this really cool video with like our different songs and our different pictures and stuff, which I thought that was it. But then that wasn't it. That was just the beginning.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're trying to get as many avenues out as we can.
Of course.
So, the YouTube videos and the billboards, and we're doing some more guerrilla style marketing, going up and down the seawall, handing out flyers, things of that nature.
Yeah, fun. Hey, is a billboard like that, is that pretty like cost efficient? Or is it kind of expensive? Seems like it'd be expensive.
We'll see at the turnout.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's 10:36. This is KHEA. We're going to take a quick break on the FM.
Yeah, make sure that you go and download the KHEA radio app. We have a community calendar in there where you can find out all the cool things that are taking place in our community. We're also going to start posting in birthdays. So if you want your birthday featured, all you have to do is drop a comment with your birth date, and we'll make sure that goes into the calendar, and then we'll give some shout-outs once a week to those birthdays that are taking place.
When are y'all's birthdays?
January 28th.
January 28th?
July 2nd.
It's coming up.
Nice.
Make sure you drop that in a comment so that I can put it in the calendar so that it can go in our community calendar. And again, if you have an event or you're an organization or a business that want to be featured, you can as well.
Lori said December 7th.
There you go.
Happy birthday. Early. Very early. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next, Whitley Casey.
Oh, can we play that beginning?
Listening to my new single, Call on Jesus, on KHEA Radio.
Thank you, Whitley.
Oh, man.
He does his own ramp.
I love Call on Jesus.
Call
That
on
is
him.
the best.
Where's he from?
He's from Texas, but we met him through Justin Gambino.
Yeah.
And have you met Justin?
Yeah.
Or Justin was on our show. He's actually from
Angleton.
and he's on tour right now, traveling all over. I saw he was in Mexico the other day.
Yeah.
You saw
He's
that?
literally, he's on a world tour, like pretty much, because he's like, well, I'm going to the UK like later, and then I'm in Mexico, and I'm in Kansas and wherever else.
And he was on our show for the Share-a-thon, and we play his music here on KHEA, local guy. But we met Whitley, and the other day, it was so funny. Whitley was sitting in Missouri, and he was live on Facebook, right? And so I tuned in, and I'm watching along, and I'm like, oh, wait, there's a join live on Facebook. So I joined in, and I was, like, singing some Justin Gambino. I'm like, oh, hey, Whitley, I didn't see you there. Not that you're, like, as good as Justin. And it was so funny. It was hilarious. I loved it. It was a great time. So shout out to Whitley Casey and Justin Gambino.
Good stuff. Yeah, other musicians, which you met Justin. He's cool.
Yeah, I've known Justin since he was in his like full band.
Really?
I totally forgot their name. Like I just blanked, but he was in a band. Yeah, like a full band. And then he started like traveling on his own to do like side projects. And I guess now he's just like completely solo. But I think it's working out for him.
Yeah, he's doing some pretty fun stuff.
Yeah.
Has a cool hat. He shared, we're like, where do you get a hat like that? And he was like, oh, in Denver, there's like a hat store or something.
It was made out of what, beaver skin or something?
Yes. So if you touch it, it's different.
Next year, we'll talk. We'll get you some of our local people, so that way you have an easier time. Like we'll get you Justin, we'll get you Wheatley, we'll get you Lida. You know,
Absolutely.
Well, he already has me, so.
Lida, you play positive. You play positive music, correct?
I hope so.
Right? Like it's not Christian music, but it's positive music, right?
I have some Christian songs that I play, but yeah, it's just I try to be like upbeat with my music and fun.
Do we have Lida playing on KHEA radio yet?
Wow, are you serious?
Possibly.
Do you?
Do we?
I don't know if we do or not.
Someone text Ethan and ask. We've had Ethan, our intern, who's actually been absent for the last couple days, and we're trying to figure out if he's going to work for another radio station. We totally made that up.
We tried
out
to
of
call
there.
him earlier, by the way, and he didn't even answer.
So your intern is in charge of who you play on your radio?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
Look how upset she is. Lida, we still like you.
You know, you asked me
Ethan.
back in December to be part of this, and the fact that you don't even think that you're playing my music on your station is a little offensive.
No, we're about to have an answer.
Yeah.
Ethan.
I'm going to go ahead and leave right now. Take a breath, Kurt. Take a breath. He's like bright red over there.
Breathing in the bag.
That was loud in my ears.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm waiting for Ethan's answer. Ethan, do we have any Lida playing on KHEA? So we'll see what he says.
He'll be like, who?
This will be the final straw. If he's working for like 104 and or KSBJ, either it doesn't matter, and he doesn't have Lida in, then we may have to cut the cord.
I think we do have one song playing from December. I know we put one song in. I don't think we have more than one right now. I
Okay.
do want to get more in there.
Yeah, for sure. I think you should. So
Just do it. Do it or I walk.
I'm going to have my manager send y'all my contract, and you can go from there.
Okay. She's on.
Is she just demanding with you? She's like, I'm on it too. There better be kites.
No, this is the first time I've met him, like, face to face. We've only, like, talked on Facebook and stuff. But that's really good. That should be in my contract. Like, if I'm going to sing, there needs to be kites. After this experience, my standards have gone up, so, yeah.
We won't read you what Ethan replied back.
Oh, did he already reply back?
It's no, isn't it?
Oh, my gosh.
Actually.
He's fired.
He's fired.
Ethan.
He doesn't.
I want to call Ethan. We're going to have to wait.
That's fine.
So, yeah, so it says CDs and iTunes if you search Lida Plummer, LYDAPLUMMER, Lida. And you can stream that, Apple Music, download it, probably even better. And then how can somebody buy a physical album?
Come see me at a show.
So I
Come
guess
see me
Falling
June
Tide.
8th at Falling Tides, 2 p.m. You already have my album.
See, at least, so this was in your library.
Mm-hmm.
So I've already downloaded this,
So
and
you
it's
have
on
it.
my device, and I listen to it. So do I get, like, brownie points?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
like a little bit. Maybe like sprinkle points. But yeah. So are you excited?
Very excited. What, off your album, what is the favorite song that you like to play live?
Oh, okay. Well, I have two, Smoke Signals and Paper Heart.
Okay.
So Paper Heart's the title of my CD, and it's like my favorite song that I've ever written besides Smoke Signals, so I like to play those two.
Smoke Signals and My Happy Place are your two favorited starred on iTunes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
That's awesome. And I also have one that's called San Diego Boy, and that one, like, I love that one too. So
You played that one at our share-a-thon.
Yeah, I
and
did.
that was what was the song that you played first?
I can't remember. That was like so long ago, guys.
Who is the San Diego boy?
It was actually a band called All Star Weekend, and they were based out of San Diego. And I became friends with them like when I was way younger. And that's like, I don't know, one of the first songs that I wrote on guitar was San Diego Boy, and I was like, this is really good. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Might be kind of creepy and stalkerish to the band, but whatever. It turned
That's
out good.
cool. It's just using a inspiration.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that's cool. Those songs that you wrote, like on your album, did you write them by yourself, or did you have
Yeah.
any co-writing?
It was all me.
Are you ever open to writing with anybody?
Oh yeah. Especially lately, I've had like a mental block and I can't like write full songs right now. I don't know what's going on, but I'm open to write. Yeah.
Who would be a dream, famous person or not?
Ryan Tedder.
Ryan Tedder.
Like, not even hesitate. Ryan Tedder from One Republic. Do you listen to them? Ever?
No, ma'am.
They're really good. They're like pop, I guess, pop alternative.
Right.
But Ryan Tedder, he's worked with everybody. He's worked with Adele. He's worked with Alicia Keys. He's worked with Leona Lewis. Like,
what's One Republic, like one of their like big songs?
Stop and Stare, Counting Stars, Apologize. There's so many.
Yeah. Well, several seasons ago on The Voice, which is it's a pretty cool show, right? One of my friends was on there, but I believe he worked with that guy.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. How they have like the celebrity coaches that come in, so that was kind of neat. But yeah, he has worked with like everybody.
Yeah,
Very
he really
talented.
has. He's super chill about it too. But he's just like my one. I'm gonna work with him someday. I've told myself that since I was 10 years old and first heard him. I was like, this is who I'm gonna be when I'm old. I'm gonna be this guy.
Yeah.
Still my goal.
That's cool. So we got about a minute left. We can go back on the FM. It's 10:44, so we have about 15 minutes left, and we're going to be continuing to talk about Valentine Music Festival.
I just got a text message from Nikki, who is the owner of Texas Pit Stop Barbecue, and I guess during that last set, there was a Texas Pit Stop Barbecue commercial, and she said it was headed out for delivery and heard our pit stop commercial.
Nice.
I love it.
That's
It's good
great.
barbecue.
It's so good. I want to go back there every day to have the Casper sandwich.
I like the tacos. Well, they do like brisket tacos and then like grilled cheese and stuff. But hey, do you live in that Texas City area because you work there?
Live in Galveston.
You live in Galveston?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where do you eat? Like in Galveston, and where do you eat in Texas City?
Okay. In Galveston, I eat at home. Just because it's family life. We have a small child and then a 6-year-old, so going out to eat is always an adventure. And you feel like the bad parent who lets your kid run around the restaurant just because you want to eat your meal. But in Texas City with the fire department, we always eat bases. We eat, I'm going to probably not say this properly, but Quing Quing.
Okay, the Asian place that's by the T-shirt
Yes. by
place
Scribbles.
on the right. Yeah, if you're going east.
Yeah, bases, Quing Quing. Where else do we go? Taqueria for sure. Valencia.
I was there 2 days ago, I think. Oh, Kurt's giving me the death stare. I posted a picture from there, and he was like... yeah.
Their
anyway.
huge thing is tacos, if you couldn't tell. There's tacos everywhere in the studio now. There you go.
The Michoacana on 25th and 25th, they have barbacoa. That's on point.
Yeah. I agree.
So you don't ever eat in Galveston? Like, you don't have a favorite place?
Sonny's.
Oh, really?
Where's
I've never
Sonny's?
been there.
It's on 19th. It's like a little, and I don't want to call it a dive bar because that's not what it is, but super good hamburgers. They have a pool table, and then like I love like vintage nostalgia. They have a classic like jukebox.
Cool.
So you stick a few quarters in, you get to play Hank Williams or something of that nature. It's a lot of fun and just.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
I really like floats in Galveston.
I like Maceo's.
They have a really good, like, cheap, like $2 hamburger, and I love it.
The float?
Yeah, the float.
Like the bar?
No, it's not like they have a restaurant there.
That's what he's talking about. That's what I told him. I was like, yeah, Kurt's in the pool eating a cheeseburger. That's what everybody.
Don't swim in that pool.
Yeah.
Don't swim in that pool.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise it either.
No, but the food is really good. They have this really good hamburger. I like it because when I first moved, that was one of the first spots that I went to, like to eat, because I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. You can actually look out of the restaurant and see the
We know what it
ocean,
is, Kurt. We've
right?
seen it.
And so I was like, this is awesome. And I had the cheeseburger because like a $2 cheeseburger?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
That's pretty good.
And then they had this like spicy mayo sauce. I love spicy mayo that I put on the french fries. And that's what I like about that spot.
Nice. What did you say?
Maceo's Spice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I like going there.
There's also a Soul to Soul Cafe.
It's off, over there on Market.
There's
Where do you go,
tons.
Lida?
To eat?
Yeah.
I like seafood, so I like shrimp and stuff on 39th Street. It's the best. And I don't know, there's so many places. Whataburger, yo, that's my favorite. I'm kidding. Like for breakfast, Bronco burrito is my favorite, which you guys have already been there, but I told you, I was like, you need to go there and sponsor it or whatever. Have them
We had
sponsor.
their burritos. We were at the Texas Firefighter Games. We did our show live on location on Friday, and
nice.
they went down and got us Bronco burrito from down there, and it was awesome.
Well, I was telling Kurt, that's the kind of food that's going to ruin your day, because I'm very like, okay, I may not eat breakfast. Okay, lunch, 12 o'clock, what are we doing? You know, if I get hungry and I want to stay on a schedule. But if you eat like a Bronco burrito at like 10 a.m., you're not going to be hungry for lunch. You're probably not going to be hungry for dinner. And then I'm just like, oh,
It ruins your
look at
day.
my schedule is all over the place, but it's so good. And I can't stop.
Yeah.
Like, why? Yeah, it's bigger than like my arm, but I'm just going to keep eating it.
You know,
It's good.
actually, my favorite place is Sunflower Cafe and Salsas. Those are my favorite.
Okay.
I thought about it.
Gypsy's Joint is also really good.
Mm-hmm.
You've never ate there, have you?
I have.
Oh, okay.
Their food's really unique.
Their chicken fried steak was massive.
Nice.
It was huge.
They opened a new restaurant, the Gypsy Jive. I haven't been to that one yet, but I think it's like dessert. More
Yeah, it's
dessert
dessert
stuff.
and snacks and stuff.
Have you been?
No,
Okay.
I don't ever really go anywhere in Galveston. I stay home and go sing. That's it.
And sing, write, practice,
Mm-hmm.
and perform. So
Yeah.
cool.
That's about it.
That's cool. So Rise Up, Rise Surf. So where is it at right now? Like, what's going on? Still producing like surfboards?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
We do T-shirts, surfboards, and then the website. We manage a website that has a pretty good selection of products.
What's the website?
RiseSurf.com.
RiseSurf.com.
Yeah, for the company. And then the festival's website is fallingtide.org.
Super
All right.
cool.
I'm going to put that in. RiseSurf.com.
I feel like you should hold up one of the shirts to the camera.
Oh, yeah. We
If I
haven't
can
even
see
talked
it.
about the shirts.
Yeah,
I forgot.
he brought some shirts in.
So this is Rise Surf's apparel line?
No, this is Falling Tide.
Okay.
Every year we get John Powell from Print This to come down, and he does live T-shirt printing. So you
that's
come
so
to the
cool.
festival. This is actually last year's festival.
What?
Yeah.
So
where's
that,
the camera? Is it
Oh,
this
here we
one?
are.
that
Right
one
here.
works.
Yeah.
So that's amazing, because then it's just like, hey, for a festival, especially if it's dated, then you can, like, I want 500 shirts. Let's say that you needed 600 or you only needed 400. And then you end up with extra shirts from like 2018, or you didn't have enough. And it's like, man, we could have sold more. So this is so he prints them on site as they're needed.
Absolutely.
That's
and
so
it's
cool.
such a cool process to see. And then it kind of lets him meet people, shake hands, and kind of converse with people
Cards.
because he's such a nice guy. Like he helped us out. One time we had a small incident where I miscalculated the company's finances. And I ordered a bunch of shirts from him, and I called him, and I was like, John, I'm so sorry. Don't print those shirts.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to wait a month until we make some more money. And 2 days later, a box showed up at my house. All the shirts were printed, and there was a check for $500.
Oh my god.
And he said that we all make mistakes, and that was his way of like tithing that month.
Oh, wow, that is like really cool though.
That's amazing.
To have that connection and someone like.
Yeah.
Is it
You know?
local?
What's his name and number? No.
Well, it'd be great to feature him. We love people who do good things in the community.
Hey,
Like positivity is what we love here.
Have you ever seen Texas Chronicles History, Mystery, or Adventure with Joe Perez?
I have seen that. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just commented and said, I want to do an episode with Rise Surf. So,
Yes,
if you're interested in that,
that
very
is
cool.
so cool.
Joe's awesome.
That's awesome.
Cool. So we'll have to get you his contact. Or Joe, what do you want us to do? Get his email or what?
Yeah, Joe's one of our really good friends. He's actually was one of our very first partners here at KHEA Radio. He was with us for 1 month, and he goes, guys, I want to sign for the whole year. And so signed up for the whole year. And so we promote Texas Chronicles. And
I think Joe may be a prophet, because there's a lot of stuff that he has said, and we're just like, Joe, what are you talking about? You're awesome, but you're kind of crazy right now. And then he was like, no, I'm serious. Do this and this. And we're like, okay, cool, we'll try it. And then if it works, we'll keep rolling. But he's been a great supporter, and he's awesome. So
That is so cool.
check
He's
out
gonna
Joe.
Be on his show.
Absolutely. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you guys.
is.
yeah.
See what happens? These guys are cool sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, except for when we don't play your.
Well, that's what I meant by the sometimes. It would have been cool all the time if I was in that rotation, but
We'll get that fixed. We'll get that fixed. She strong arms us. She's like, do it.
I remember there was a radio station. It was back in 2010, but Britney Spears, they played her all day. But she had enough songs. What if we did? We just played Lida. Hey, it's Lida Day.
on my birthday.
And we're only playing Lida. So here, look, we got 5 seconds. We can go back. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It is 10:53 a.m. We have about 7 minutes left of Kickstart, and it goes by so quickly. But we have a couple guests in studio. We have Matthew in studio. We also have Lida in studio talking about an event that's taking place June 8th. Matthew, can you tell us what is going on June 8th? Where do people need to be?
Absolutely. Come down to Texas City to the Nestler Park. We're going to be at the Rotary Pavilion. We're going to have musical acts from 2 till midnight. There's going to be a kite giveaway, frisbee giveaway, vendors, and food trucks. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. So you had me at food trucks. You had me at Lida, opening up the entire event. So it's going to be cool. This is the 2nd annual.
Yes, sir.
Have you already started planning the 3rd? Like, is as soon as, like, hey, it's done, it's like, hey, the 3rd is starting to be planned?
Well, luckily we plan the 2nd in a fashion to where it kind of just rolls over. We just keep all the same personnel, all the same plan, and we just kind of look for artists to fill the slots.
Okay.
We need to get with you on some of this stuff because we're trying to plan something big, something huge in Texas City.
Massive.
We have a meeting next week that we're hopefully going to have some dates and some more information on how we're going to do that. But should we tell them? We told them. We talked about it yesterday. Every time we talk about it, we risk someone stealing our idea, which we're kind of concerned.
So we're going to
about.
see on June 8th, like the whole festival is going to turn into something else with music. He's like, that's a great idea.
We're trying to do a taco cook-off. Because they have like barbecue cook-offs and all these other things, but there's never been really a taco cook-off. So we're going to host the World Championships for the taco cook-offs right here in Texas City.
Can I be a judge?
Yes.
We're working on that. Yes.
No, yeah, you can be a judge. So we'll definitely need some judges.
Yes. Yeah, well, we're expecting like 400 entries because we're going to offer it to anybody. If you want to if you think that you have the best tacos, we want you to come in and enter your tacos. We're going to have like tents and stuff set up. Hopefully we can shut down 6th Street. You know, we'll have like a music, possibly, you know, some DJs or something along those lines and make it awesome. An entire event of tacos all day.
Yeah, whenever doing an event, you know, obviously live music is awesome, but then you got to find the talent. And whenever you don't know what to expect, because like it's based around tacos.
Right.
And so, you know, you always want to make sure you pay your artists. You know, pay the artist, pay the talent for coming in and doing work. And so I'm just like, Kurt, I don't know what the best way to do it. You know, year one, do you have any advice? Because, you know, getting a stage, you know, getting the equipment and everything, like it can add up quick.
Absolutely.
Do you have any advice? Even like sponsors. Like, who are your sponsors?
They're trying to steal your ideas.
Sponsorship is the hardest part of getting a festival rolling.
Yeah.
And the first, like if you start to read a lot of articles about like throwing a festival,
Yeah.
a festival will not be profitable the first 3 years you throw it. So you kind of have to go into it knowing you're fighting a losing battle. So you just try to have as much fun as possible, and you have to, you know, just keep the hope alive. If you start to get down, you're like, oh, it's not going to happen, then it won't happen. Just
Right.
stay positive, talk to people, and good things will fall into place when they're supposed to happen. But you should get Metalachi to close the festival if it's going to be the giant taco festival.
Metalachi, what is that like metal?
Metal mariachi.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
You know what? You being from this area, do you know someone named Chevy Cheveria? No, because he had always said like punk rock mariachi band. Like that was always like the dream. It's like, so Chevy had whenever I was a kid, you know, I had a punk rock band, and that was like my first band. But he was a couple years older than me, but he had a punk rock band that was established already and was like, oh cool. So we'd watch them play. But that was always the thing, like, oh, punk rock mariachi, but they have metal mariachi music. That'd be fun.
That would be great for our taco cook-off challenge.
It would be.
Yeah, we were seeing a whole bunch of, like, Joe from Texas Chronicles said, I'm in. Robin from Axe Masters in League City off of Hobbs Road there said, I'm in. So there's a bunch. We had TJ from I-45 Now is going to help partner with us. The United Way
They're in.
is in. And so we're meeting with them next week to map out some dates and map out a plan so that way we can release it to the public and say, this is what we're doing. We're super excited because, again, it's I don't think there has ever in the life of the universe been a Texas taco cook-off, and we're gonna host the World Championships.
We're gonna try. You know, at least in Texas City, we asked people around here, and they're like, I never heard of it, but it'll be fun. So, Falling Tide. This is the second annual. It's taking place June 8th. Light is open in the whole thing. Is that when doors open? When do the doors actually open?
It's a free event, so the doors are always open, but we're going to start set up at noon, but she will start playing at 2 o'clock.
So you can show up at noon, probably to start helping. If you want to. There's going to be a crew there, but if you want to pick up something, like, why not? Make sure you get a kite, because how many people are going to get a kite?
144.
And they're going to be flying a kite out there in Texas City. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful day. Make sure you stay hydrated.
Yeah,
It's gonna
for
be
Maybe
sure.
great.
hot.
Mm-hmm.
2 o'clock. How can people find more information if they want to look up the Falling Tide Music Festival before the June 8th?
We have a Facebook page, a Facebook event, and then our festival website is fallingtide.org.
Awesome. Hey, we appreciate you guys. Matthew, Lyda, is there anything else you'd like to share while you're here?
You go ahead.
I'm pretty happy.
You're pretty happy with it?
Pretty happy.
You like how it went? I know I'm just making sure that he got everything out that he needed to say and promote. Just look me up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. My music is everywhere. You can find Lyda, Paper Heart is the name of the CD. And if you just Google LYDA, all my music shows up, which is really cool. Just follow me and come see us on June 8th. I'm so excited. I'm going to be singing at 2 p.m.
Well, you're awesome. And Matthew, thank you. It was very nice to meet you today as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
If there's anything else we can do to help, let us know, and we'll continue to mention it as well and put it in our calendar. But
That'd be great.
Tomorrow we have a fun day. We're going to be at the Art of Coffee on location.
Yeah, we're going to be broadcasting live on location using our backpack, using all of our gear. So make sure that you tune in. It'll be the second time that we're broadcasting from KHEA Alley, or otherwise known as Toucan Alley.
Yeah, and thank you to Lyda
Kemah,
for
Texas.
making sure that we got that gear. She performed as well.
Yeah, this gear is awesome that we're able to go live from anywhere in the world.
This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We'll see you tomorrow from the Art of Coffee. If you want to come out and join us, feel free. Kurt will probably buy you a cup of coffee.
What?
Coming up next is Bethel Furious on KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM.
Make sure that you go and download the KHEA Radio app. You can listen to KHEA Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right there, you can hear songs like Bethel Furious all day long. Thank you guys. Have a great day.